everything.
Okay, great. All right, we're doing the NFC North and NFC South win totals. We're going to do analysis of this. We did the 6 other divisions. If you missed it, it's on the channel, archived. You can watch it. But we're going to do the final 2 divisions now. We're going to break down Bears, Lions, Packers, Vikings, Falcons, Panthers, Saints, and Buccaneers. Before we get to all that, please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video, visit the link in the description for the merch store. As always, I'm wearing something from the merch store. It's our plain light blue Walter football t-shirt, but there's nothing plain about it because one of the nicest shirts I own. I've worn this to weddings. Just throw a nice blazer over it. You look like very, very super classy. You might be wondering, wait, where is this blue shirt? Well, you can change the colors of any of these shirts here. We have a 20% off sale. We have our famous apron. We have playing cards, mouse pads, mugs, blankets, baby bibs, baseball caps, whatever you want. 20% off sale. You can go to Amazon, buy my books. The most recent one is Jerks of the College Years, where I made fun of these people you can see on the cover and many others in that book. And my first book was The Safety and a Field Goal, which is a top 5 topic book about the NFL. And please consider super chats and super stickers. That is the best way to support the show. I've said it many times. I'll say it again. YouTube pays us zilch nothing, absolutely nothing. So please consider super chats, super stickers if you really want to keep the show going. And we are joined by Andy Iskoe from the logicalapproach.com. Logicalapproach.com, by the way, has more information on it. And Andy, if you want to tell us what that is, and how are you, by the way?
I am doing fine this evening. And in fact, if you'll scroll down a little bit, I can point out the buttons on the left-hand side. If you want to go, because I do, I have a regular, like a premium selections and all that, the late week stuff, but I have something there called, where is it? Free samples. And it basically shows you from last year. I've got 3 newsletters that I put out. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Sample. There's a sample of the college. Okay. Yeah. There's a sample of each of the 3 newsletters. There's one for NFL teasers. There's one for trends and tendencies. That's college and pros. And there's also a regular college and pro. In fact, if you want to put the college and pro one up there, there's just this is actually the issue where I describe the spreadsheet. If you scroll down, I'll often mention all the stats and everything. And there's the spreadsheet. So what this issue does, which is one of the early issues from last year, I think it's like issue 5, which is about when I start putting the current year stats in there, usually after most teams have played both 2 home and 2 road games. So I like to get a little bit there. I don't break it down by home and road, but it's overall, and you get a picture there. And then, of course, above that is the basic newsletter, where I've got selections and write-ups. I picked 4 college, 4 pro games, but I do give recommendations on the remaining games. In fact, if you scroll up a little bit more, you'll see the rest of the college games. If you scroll up there, and then there are the 4 college games. I do a write-up, and then I do the rest, the best of the rest, which are like opinions, and then the rest, which are leans. So it's just a way of grading them as far as degree of confidence, strength of selection, and all that. So they've got that. But if you go back to the previous page. No. If you go back. The previous page on the website where it says down below for additional information. That gives you a much more detailed history of how long I've been doing it and all that. There's an introduction and. What the various things are. Go back up just a little bit, right where, keep going down a little bit, slowly, keep going. Yeah, right there. That's an idea of the articles that I will, the features that I put in there each season at usually about that time, and you can see. So I'll take a look at like close game decisions, things were overs and unders. Mid-season reviews of college and pros. I used to put out this thing years ago called the Statistical Pattern Report, which took a look at what teams did and how teams that rush for over 150 yards in a game and allow less than 100 yards in game. So they over 150 or over, allow 100 or less. What their record is against the point spread over. Actually, it goes back like 20 years, but I usually take a look. When I do the midseason report, I usually look at the current year, which in this case would be 2026, and compare it to what they did, what the situation was for the previous 3 seasons, which would be 23, 24, 25. And, one of the, it's all on the same issue, one for the college and one for the pro. And I usually do that somewhere's I'd say somewhere's between the 21st of October, which is about halfway of the college season, or maybe just about starting it's probably into the second half at that point. Maybe so it's a couple of weeks later when we get to the NFL till we like 9 or 10.
Mm-hmm.
So you get an idea of what it does. So, I mean, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but obviously, if you commit fewer turnovers than your opponent, you have a great record against the spread, and the greater the margin, the greater the the greater the covering percentage is. So anyway, that's just like one of the features there. But there's a look at all the features. One, in fact, let's see where it is. The NFL. Oh, about parity. I analyze close games. That's an interesting one because what I do is I redo the standings from the previous season. So, like in the issue from last year, which I don't have in front of me right now, but it showed in the 2024 season, if you reversed all the games that were decided, I think it's either by 3 points or less or 7 points or less. Or maybe it's both. I'm not quite sure. I have to go back and check. And I say, if you had turned all those close wins into losses and all those close losses into wins, what the team's record would have been. And a lot of the teams are going to end up within a game or two, but there are going to be a few teams, and we've talked about them before when we talked about the Kansas City Chiefs or the Minnesota Vikings of that year when they had all those fortunate wins, how bad they would have been if those records were reversed. And sometimes that can give you an insight into teams whose records were deceiving the previous year, and we can measure how far they have done in the current year, what their record is. But I show what the record was the previous year and what it is, what it would have been had the situations been reversed, and show you what teams would have made the playoffs if those close games had been reversed either way, or each way, I should say, and what the record would have been, if what their actual record was, who made the playoffs and things like that. So that's just a list of the features. But if you go, that'll give you much more detail. That link will give you, after you've seen the sample newsletters, it'll give you more in-depth detail about what goes into them all. And some people will find that to their liking. Some people, might not, and some people will flip a coin and say, "Yeah, I do like it," or "No, I don't," or whatever. Prices are reasonable. I have not raised them in 30 years.
Well, it's good that you're not falling to inflation there.
Well, you know what it is. Today. Well, keep in mind over the 30. Actually, it's been longer than 30 years. It's probably been since I've been in Vegas. Although I'll say probably it was a few years before the internet came around. But if you remember, okay, the main cost of a newsletter used to be the postage and the printing.
Yeah.
Okay. And that probably lasted well into the 2000s. And it was maybe about 8 to 10 years ago. And I still never raised the prices. And 8 to 10 years ago, I continued not to raise the prices because the actual monetary cost has actually not been raised. I've sort of made up by keeping it at the same prices rather than lowering them. I've kept up with the cost of inflation without passing it along because now everything's done by email or on the web.
That's true. Yeah. Well, you found the way to do it.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, for example, I always used to, I have a mailing list for people who have been customers or inquired before. And I would, in past years, this is like, again, we're going back more than 10 years. I'd always have to send out little flyers saying, football's back and blah, blah, blah. It's all that. Mm-hmm. And, people have information on that. And that, that was expensive, mailing out, all those flyers and just to printing everything. Now all my mailing lists are done by email.
Yeah, so, it's a lot different now.
So it's a lot different, both in terms of the cost, the monetary cost, but probably as, if not more important, the time cost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a one-person operation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, it's a 3-person operation: me, myself, and I. And the job responsibilities are split evenly, although I think myself usually gets most of the blame.
Yeah, myself is, you can do without him. I think
you can relate to that.
Yeah, it could be a 2-person operation.
Yeah,
maybe.
But so that's it. So I've come up with a methodology and a format and a routine that has worked nicely over the years, and I'm looking forward to it doing so once again. And we'll find out. I don't do anything in the preseason. I don't even bet the preseason anymore.
Yeah. Well, I have been, but John Harbaugh no longer with the Ravens. Now he's still in the league, so we'll see how he does with the Giants.
I mentioned that on another podcast, and the reason that I don't, and this is probably because when I first moved to Yeah, I mentioned that I think last week. I don't know if I did it before. I know I did it in another podcast this week. Came up with the Hammond Bears, the Hammond Hellraisers, the Hammond Hitmen. I did it as a tribute to Al Capone, from
That's
Chicago.
great.
Yeah, the Hammond Hitmen, the Hammond Silencers, or the Hammond Cement Bags.
Those are all great. All right, Hammond tax evaders, because that's what they got him on. So,
Yeah, that's true.
so
But
no, those are all good.
Yeah, no. So what I was saying is that since like 2011 or so, that I've been able to just develop the routine that I have, and it's worked out well, and I'm comfortable with it. And as I say, what it also does is it allows me, and because I, and I, I do offer, what they call early bird discounts, because I want to spend more of my time. In other words, people, if they're interested, they can take a look at it and say it. But I offer like a 20% discount if you subscribe before July 15th, and then 10%, from the 16th through August 15th, because I really want to spend as much time, because again, it's a one-person operation. I want to spend as much of my time over the summer months, July, August, getting ready for the season rather than processing administrative stuff, like subscriptions and everything. So the more that I can, I can pass stuff on, the more I can get done, like in the month of June and early July, the more time I can devote to the to getting totally prepared for the season, working on all my computer programs, making sure they're all updated. But I was talking about the preseason. And when I first moved here in 1991, yeah, I would play preseason football. We had nowhere the ability to get information that we do now. I mean, back then you had to rely on out-of-town newspapers or what Sports Center felt was important as far as passing along injury rotations and preseason rotations. Okay, now with the internet, and it's been this way for a good 20 years, a guy in training camp who's injured, that's all over the internet before the guy reaches the sideline.
Right.
That's true. And that's, not just preseason, but that's any time during the season. So the advantage that you used to have earlier, let's say I'll say pre-2000, just as a starting point, was access to information. Getting the information sooner than the lines maker or the fellow bettors was your edge. Okay. Yeah. Now everybody gets the information at the same time. And so the challenge comes in the significance of that information. How significant is it? Is it meaningful, meaningless, or is it something we don't know? I've always maintained that handicapping is both an art and a science. The science is the use of statistics, the use of power ratings, etc. The art is the interpretation. The situational factors, the inside, if you want to call it that, information that is not easily accessible. In the old days, information was still important, but the goal was to come up with statistical models and come up with power ratings and things like that. And then you would start the interpretation process. Now, everybody's got access to statistics. Everybody's got access to power ratings. So you still have to interpret them, but now you have to I call the science is the mathematics. The art of handicapping is the, let's call it the interpretation or the intangible factors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's changed greatly.
Yeah, there's a lot involved.
Part of the challenge is Well, we all love this. I mean, I think everyone who bets, well, I shouldn't say everyone. That's on 90% of those who bet are passionate about the game. Even if you are a professional bettor, you're still passionate about the game. You just approach it more like a business than as a hobby. But then again, there are a lot of people who still, are in between a professional and a hobbyist and still have a great love for the game and enjoy picking games apart.
Yeah, well, I mean, the people who just casually bet, I would say, they just want to have fun watching the game. But for those like you and me who handicap for a living,
or people who play fantasy football, it's the same concepts.
It's like solving a puzzle. I always loved those puzzle games, like the video games and whatnot, and even
I do crossword puzzles every day. I play Wordle every day. Things like
that.
Yeah,
I did Wordle a few hours.
But what was I going to say? That that's right. Don't tell me anything because I don't get it until midnight Pacific time. But no, I've always enjoyed doing things like that. Oh, by the way, I heard someone I forget what show it was. Maybe it was Good Morning Football or somebody. They were talking about potential offensive MVPs DJ Moore came up a couple of times.
Oh, nice. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great to hear that.
Remind me, I owe you $20 on him, and I owe you $20 on Hutchinson.
That's right. Before we get to sport, did you ever play The Seventh Guest, or did you ever hear of it? I feel like that'd be right up your alley.
The seventh what?
The Seventh Guest.
Guest?
It's
No.
It's a PC game.
It sounds vaguely familiar, but I'm not familiar with it.
It's a PC game from the 90s. It's all about, it's you're trapped in a mansion, but you got to solve your puzzles to get out.
Is that kind of like the game of Clue?
No, not really. It's the mansion was built by a toy maker, but he built all these puzzles, and you have to solve the puzzles to leave the mansion and basically escape alive, because he's the guy's trying to kill you and the other 6 guests. But like they have like they have like one puzzle where you have to fit like 8 queens on a chessboard, for example, without them killing each other. There's like another
okay.
There's another puzzle where you have to make a sentence with all consonants and Y's. In
other words, you can't use the A, E, I, O, U. They've all got to be Y.
Yeah, they have a bunch of
how many now is it how many words in the sentence, or how many characters have to be used in the sentence?
It's 8 words. It's 8 words that make a logical sentence where there's no vowels except for Y.
Okay. That's a nice challenge.
Yeah, like
the one that I play. I play Wordle, but I play it through the New York Times app, the games app.
Yeah.
There's another one called Spelling Bee, which is really fascinating too. That's one because you talk about 7 guests. You get 7 letters, okay, and there's 1 letter in the middle. Let's say it's an H, and 6 other letters. And you have to make as many words that you can, 4 letters or longer. Okay. And every word that you make, A has to be in the word list, which is somewhat limited. And I've actually sent some emails there of some words that are legitimate words that they don't recognize. But all words have to have that letter in the center, which I said I think was H. And so you have to make letters of 4, 5, 6, 7, and you get like points. And you go up each category. Beginner, good start. Nice, whatever, always up to, I think, amazing, and then genius at the very end. And you get the longer the word, the more points you get going up the scale.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of, but it gets you to think, it gets you to analyze, it gets you to recognize patterns. For example, whether it's a middle letter or not, I always look for combinations that are either the prefix or the end of words, like ION for like intention. Okay,
right.
If the right letters are there for me to use the ION, or ING, whether one of those is the letter in the middle, or there are, or the other 4 letters using 1 or more of the 3 letters, but has to include. And you can use a letter twice in a word. So even though there are 7 unique letters, you can use it more than once. Okay, like grinning. You could use the G twice and the N twice, even if the middle letter is an N and I or something, but whatever the 7 letters are. So it gets you to think, and it's kind of like the way that you analyze statistics in football, where you can recognize patterns as far as if you're looking game by game, or you're looking to find certain ratios that seem to come up often enough in certain games, or you learn things that you spot visually rather than putting it through an AI program, which of course you could, but you might find certain things. And I sort of alluded to it before, where I talked about that report I used to do that I now put in there as one of the features, the mid-season review, where I'll take a look and I'll say, okay, how have teams done this year when they've rushed for, okay, what's the record? I'll look for that pattern. Or how did teams do, and I'll use it from my database, not through a Google query or whatever.
Right.
I'll just use it because I keep all the stats for each game going back years and years. Or what's a team's record straight up and against the spread if they pass 20 times or less in a game?
Right.
Unless you're the Houston Texans.
Yeah. Right.
No, actually, I can do it team by team if I want, but I like to do it globally, because I place more emphasis on league-wide patterns than patterns for a certain team.
Yeah, I think I think for me it depends. Like how teams do. For example, how teams do on the West Coast, teams do on the East Coast, do coach by coach. Like some coaches are awful in those games. Some coaches are great. And you have to kind of.
The only problem with that is the size of the database.
Sure. Yeah.
Like for example, if you did something for Baltimore and Pittsburgh up until this year, but through last year, that's a great database, because they were involved in so many games over 17, 18 year careers.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you do it over, Jim Harbaugh the last 3 seasons or the last 2 seasons with the Chargers, it's not necessarily a meaningful database because it's only going to come up a few times. But it's sort of like the same type of pattern that I like to look for, which is why and I will occasionally look at coaches' records because sometimes there is a pattern. But you also have to be aware: is there a connection between playing on the West Coast versus playing on the East Coast? Now, if there are coaches, a West Coast team playing East or an East Coast team playing West, and if you find that there are significant, and you can define significant however way you want to, as far as the sample size, between maybe 3 or 4 coaches are 70% or better in at least I'd like to say at least a dozen examples, and you got half a dozen coaches or whatever who are exactly the opposite, 30% or worse, I might consider that to be a factor, not an overriding factor, not a determining factor, but it might be a factor to lessen my enthusiasm for those coaches that have struggled and enhance my enthusiasm if I otherwise like the team for other reasons. In other words, it wouldn't put me on a team, it wouldn't necessarily take me off a team, but would cause me to either add support or take away support.
Sure. Yeah. And like I said, it's all part of the puzzle. It's all trying to figure out how to solve, this complicated thing that we have in the NFL. It's a lot of fun. And I love it. I fell in love with it when I was 15 or 14 or when my local baseball card store had they had a weekly ATS NFL pool. And the winner would get a free box of cards.
And 10-year-old Walter, how many times did 10-year-old Walter win it?
Well, I started when I was like 13. I won it the first time I played. I was like 12. I was like 11-3 or 11-4. Yeah.
That was against the spread?
Yeah, against the spread. Yeah.
Nice.
It was the only time I won that year, but still, it felt great doing it. I was like, oh, this is a lot of fun. So that's when I was like really introduced to the spread and whatnot. If you're a kid, you don't know about it, but when you start getting older,
when does Conrad start collecting cards?
Well, I don't know. We'll see.
In a couple of years, maybe.
Maybe I went to my friend owns a card store, and I was selling some stuff through him. I went in, and this is about a year ago, but I went in and he gave Conrad a free pack of baseball cards. This is like the cheap kind, but it's still free, so it's pretty cool. And
Conrad, he probably was more interested in the piece of gum.
Right. Yeah, he was like, Daddy, I don't want this. I was like, fine, maybe you will in the future. We'll see.
Did he tell it to you in front of your friend or?
No, later on. Okay. So, but I mean, he was 3.
Well, at least you taught him good judgment early on.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Don't insult a friend by saying I don't want this.
I mean, he's insulted people in front of them, so maybe he hasn't gotten that lesson yet. So I don't know. He always say like, Mommy, I don't like you, or Daddy, I don't like you. Like whenever we force him to do something. So I don't
like you either because you're not eating your dinner.
Right. Yeah, it's always a struggle. Like I don't know. They unless they're super hungry, then they never eat. It's always a battle, but that's it's temporary. So.
By the way, another way that I'll share this, because let's say you find a situation where, well, let's take who's the coach that you like, McVay, playing East Coast games.
Yeah, I mean,
probably got a pretty good record now.
McVay, Shanahan, and Harbaugh have all done really well. McDonald, albeit on a small sample size, I believe he's like 5-1. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, McVay might be a little bit more. So he's been around 7-8 years. Guys like that. But the way that I look at something like that is not that McVay or the Rams are 7-1 in that situation. I look at it as the public has underestimated McVay and the Rams in that situation. And whatever the situation is, switching from a grass surface 3 straight games to now playing on artificial turf, meaning that it's a road game because you're very, very rarely going to play 3 straight home games whether you're an artificial turf or a grass team. That it's not that the public has picked correctly that the team has covered, but they've underestimated the team. Or if a team has a 1-7 record, that team has been underestimated in that situation. But you do want to see if there's a connection. In other words, starting a 10 a.m. East Coast game, which is normally for a West Coast team, which would be a 1 o'clock game, or 1 o'clock being started at 4 o'clock on the East Coast. Although I think you look at it because the 10 o'clock, the 1 o'clock Eastern game is an earlier time for the body, than a 4 o'clock game, 1 o'clock Pacific. But the thing with that is that you want to see that there's a connection there for a team that has that, as opposed to, well, when the Dallas Cowboys wear their blue uniforms, they're 16-7 or something like that. There's not necessarily a connection, a fundamental connection, a reasonable connection. There is a reasonable connection for playing well. When you're a West Coast team playing East, you're better prepared. You have a routine the night before the game of what you do. You give your players, a little bit earlier dinner time or something. Whatever you may do for your prayer. You do more preparation before you leave. Okay, you have a film session on the plane or whatever it is, but that you can make a reasonable explanation. Now we still don't know if that's the reason, but it's a logical, sensible reason, understandable reason that has a good deal likelihood of somewheres being a factor in there, and perhaps factors into why certain coaches or certain teams routinely perform well in certain situations. Now you could say, well, the Rams are a good football team. They should do well when they're playing anywhere. Yeah, but that's reflected in the point spread. And that's really what we're talking about most often, that these teams have great records against the point spread, not just necessarily straight up.
So you're not a believer in, the Bears are 24-0 against the spread during a waxing half moon when the temperature is between 55 and 64 degrees. You don't like that?
That's the one exception. No.
Well, that's when the moon's out, it could.
No, but I mean, maybe if remember Morgana, the kissing bandit?
No.
Yeah, she was like a stripper. Okay. And she would run out on the field and like kiss Cal Ripken or something. So it's like if you had a stripper run out onto Soldier Field and run across and give the opposing quarterback a kiss and then go back in the stands, and then you'd find out that the opposing quarterback was all shook up for the second half of the game or something. That might be meaningful.
That is,
he'd probably agree to more than double the amount of the bail that he's going to have to post for her.
Yeah, the Tampa Bay Buccaneer cheerleaders used to do that. They used to dance right in front of the defense. They used to do that. I don't know if they still do, but it might have had
it would really be interesting, especially because Tampa Bay was so bad for so many years. If you went back and you checked some of those years to find out if there was any impact on the Tampa Bay Bucks as far as their record goes, you may find out that there was an impact. Instead of being absolutely horrible, they were just terrible.
Right.
Meaning they went from 4 in the 60 game. They went from 4-12 to maybe 7-9.
All right. Well, whatever works. It's 3 wins.
But no. I mean, obviously you would think that would be a distraction, depending upon when they would do that. Maybe at the start of an offensive Tampa Bay possession, they would distract the opponent's defense, for the first series of plays for the possession.
Yeah, it would be right after commercial break or during a commercial break. They would do it. Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
I don't know that would necessarily affect it, but I could come up with a plausible reason as to why it might. As far as your half moon or whatever, and the Dallas Cowboys wearing blue versus white, I find that a little bit different. Although if it's a stretch. But if the Dallas Cowboys have so much success wearing, let's say, their blue uniforms, it could be a subconscious psychological motivating factor with confidence.
Yeah,
it's a stretch.
Right.
It's a stretch, and I don't know that you could really prove it. Although, if you interviewed the players and you interviewed them individually, not as part of a group, and they said, "Well, it gives me confidence every time I go out there because I know we play so well in these uniforms." So,
yeah, there's no it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Almost.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I look at more fundamental or situational things that are independent of how you think the game might be played, but rather the fact that this team or the opponent, if you're looking to go against the team, is not as well prepared for certain situations for whatever reason, and it shows up in the results.
Yeah.
And especially let's say if you see a pattern that and it's probably a reasonable pattern that you might expect, that teams pass more on the road than they do at home.
Yeah.
Maybe because they're behind, or maybe because they know that the fans are cheering for them when they're passing the ball, so they pass it more at home as opposed to taking the fans out of the game with a boring running game on the road.
Yeah, I mean, it stuff like that does make sense, and
Yeah.
you wouldn't think it does, but then it really does if you just think about it a little bit. We have a few comments before we get to the win totals. Drew says, "Can't believe the Knicks just did that. Largest comeback in NBA history, 29 points." Yeah, I was telling Andy,
I think it's playoff history.
Playoff history. Yeah. So I bet the Knicks.
It may even be finals history, but I think I heard playoff history.
Yeah, I bet the Knicks 13-1 at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah. What were they down by? 15? Was that like 90 to 75 or 92 to 75? I think.
Yeah, something like that. 95-80 maybe.
95-80. Okay, that might be it.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I said, hell yeah, guys! Great conversations. Come back from the pub again. I hope you had a great time.
Wait a minute. You got to ask how much he drank, because if he drank more than 4, he's got to replay the archive in the morning.
That's definitely true. Catching up on these, I have to say, I think you're way off on the Rams. Tom is right. I think you're underestimating how ridiculous the schedule is. They start in Australia, then no bye. Well, at least they play the Giants. They get MNF. Follow up that with the day of rest loss before playing Denver. Yeah, we definitely talked about that.
Then that's why I said, and that if you do like the Rams, you want them to start maybe 2-3 or 3-2, because that is a tough schedule for the first 5 games. Okay,
right?
Because the odds right now, I think they're down 5 or 6 to 1, depending upon where you are. You might be able to get 10 to 1 if they're all of a sudden 2-3, and they're a half game behind or a game behind Arizona, who's 3-2, and 4 games behind or 3 games behind the 4-1 or 5-0 Seahawks and 49ers.
Well, if the Cardinals are 3-2, I'm way off on my prediction, because I have them at 2-15.
Well, yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
I understand.
That the Rams are really struggling, and it's not necessarily a bad thing for them. They're a good enough team to recover. I remember a couple of years ago, weren't they? Didn't have a strong finish after a very mediocre first half of the season. It may have been the year they made the Super Bowl against Cincinnati. They may have been like 4-4 or 5-5 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that's right.
Yeah, so that wouldn't. But yeah, I do not like the Seattle week 16 and 18.
Yeah, we talked about that. It's awful. I still think they're the best team in the NFL, so I think they have a good chance to have a lot of wins. But
I think they deserve. And this is before, and you thought this, and I did too, before the Garrett trade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right.
They were my. I had them at 14-3 before the Garrett trade. And now to kind of figure out what to do with that.
We haven't done those divisions yet for our purposes tonight. No, we did.
No, we did the West. We did the West last week. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. You had the Rams at 14.5. I had them at 11.5, only because I wanted to be a little conservative.
Right.
But because a lot of my toss-ups, and when we do this again in a couple of weeks, and we turn the toss-ups into wins and losses, I'll probably be right up there at 14-3.
Okay. We'll be doing this again or later in summer. Largest comeback in finals history, second largest NBA history. Okay, that makes sense. And then agreed, Andy caught the Walt and Tom comedy show from last Friday. Thanks for saying it's comedy. I think Walt has the Rams at 15-2 or 16-1, so that's all it's referencing. Yeah, I think I settled at 15-2 in my previews. I'm not. I think that's what it was. They'll be released, I think, next week. I still have to write up the playoffs, so I've written up all 32
think if
teams.
I recall, when we did the NFC West last week, I don't have it right in front of me, but I believe we took the reasonable approach and said that the 49ers, Rams, and Seahawks would split 1-1 with each other and sweep the Cardinals. So each of them would be 3-3, 5-3.
In the division, 4-2, you mean?
No, they would beat the. Was it 4-2?
Yeah.
No, because the Rams. 5-3.
5-3. It'd be a 5-3. Yeah.
Because no. I'm sorry. You're right. It would be 4-2. Yeah.
Yeah. Because they're going 2-2 against each other, and then 2-0 against the Cardinals.
Right.
Yeah. Poor Cardinals. The only team that has to play the Niners, Rams, and Seahawks twice each. That's pretty rough. That's one of the reasons why I haven't going 2-15. One of many reasons. Okay. So we're going to talk about the NFC North and then the NFC South. And here are the odds. The odds in orange are the best places to find them, so you can enlarge this and see. But I will, those just listening.
I'll let if you could repeat what the season wins are as you do that as well.
Yeah.
I think you normally do.
Right, for those listening or for those who can't see it, I will say where to get the best odds for both the over and the under. So let's begin with Chicago. Chicago, the best over is over 9.5 plus 116 at Bookmaker. These odds are as of 5 p.m. Eastern today, so 7.5 hours ago. The best under is under 9.5 minus 120 at DraftKings.
I can tell you right now, I like the over in this one.
I think I will be right there with you.
I think the Bears can only improve on what they did in Ben Johnson's first year. They love, who was it, Lovelady, the tight end?
Loveland?
Oh, Loveland, not Lovelady, whatever. Linda Lovelace, that's something. I got my mind back in the porn films of the 70s. But yeah, Loveland. I think that he had a great postseason for them. I think he had like 48 targets or something.
Oh, he was incredible. Yeah, he was incredible down the stretch. Yeah.
Yeah. And now that Johnson's got a much better idea of his personnel, what they can and can't do,
Yeah.
It's going to come down to come down to the defense, but we'll talk about that as we go through the schedule. So 9.5 plus 116 on the over. I like that.
Yeah. I think we will both be on the same page, but let's just make sure and go through the schedule. Yeah. And for those of you tuning in for the first time with this, we will give win, loss, or toss up. As we do this again later, we will just throw out the toss-ups, but for now we're doing toss-up, and toss-up counts as half a win. So
so in other words, if you have let's say you have 6 wins, 6 losses, and 5 toss-ups, that's a total of 8.5 wins, because you got the 6 wins that count for a point each, and the 5 toss-ups, which count for 2.5 points, because it's a half times 5, so 6 plus 2.5 is 8.5. Mm-hmm. That just to simplify it that way.
Yeah. Okay, so the Bears kick things off at Carolina, week 1, 1 o'clock. This is close to toss up because I think Carolina's gonna be better this year, but I'll give Chicago the win here. What do you have for this one?
Let me get over to my schedule situation here, and let me go to the Bears, the Hammond Bears, or whatever they're going to be. I like the Hammond Hitmen, because that's the Chicago historical mentality, the defense.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah. Okay. At the Panthers, I'm going to give that a toss-up.
Okay.
Because we're at Chicago, I'd give it a win. But at the Panthers, they're playing with all that momentum from last year, especially with those games against the Rams. So you're going to give Chicago a win.
Yeah, I just think they're a lot stronger than Carolina. Even though, I think Carolina. I think Carolina will be better, like I said, but I think Chicago. I think Chicago is just a tier above Carolina, at least maybe 2 tiers. Okay, week 2, the Bears host the Vikings in their home opener. I think
this one. I think this is revenge from last year on the first. What was it? The Monday night game.
Mm-hmm.
When McCarthy came through in the fourth quarter at Chicago.
Well, yeah, he did. Obviously they played again later. I forget what the result of that was.
I think the Bears won the second meeting.
Yeah, I would think. Yeah, I think so. But I'll give. I think these teams have a decent chance to split here, so I will give the Bears the win at home. What do you have?
Yeah, I have a win.
Okay. All right, week 3, Monday Night Football. The Bears host the Eagles. This is we brought this up last week. It's the Evan Daniel revenge game. Sad that Evan's survivor streak snapped at Black Friday, but he did hedge out of it and make money. So it's not
this
too
is
bad.
This is week 3.
Week 3.
Okay.
The Eagles at the Bears. I think this is a toss up. What do you have to say?
Yeah, I just want to check to see what we did, and I agree. We both made a toss-up when we did the Eagles schedule last week. I feel bad for Evan, of course.
Yeah.
But the Eagles are looking for revenge, and the Bears are looking for another win to prove it wasn't a fluke, and it's a toss-up. So I may very well This may very well turn out to be, when we do it again, a win for the Bears, but I'm going to give it a toss-up right now because the Eagles are still a good team, and they're one of those teams that can beat almost any team in the league at the right. If they're playing, they don't have to play their best, but they have to play a good game, and they're capable of doing that almost every time they take the field.
Right.
That doesn't mean, by the way, that I'm going to make a team like the Eagles a toss-up in every game against a good opponent, but in this one I will because it's on the road.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. So week 4, third home game in a row. The Bears are hosting the Jets. Tricky spot because they're coming off the Monday night game, and the next game they have at Green Bay. So maybe they look past the Jets, but the Bears are still a lot stronger than the Jets. So I'll give the Bears the win here. But if you're betting the spread, you might want to have the Jets cover if it's a large number. So
I was thinking the same thing. So you'll give me the win, and I'm saying if we can get 7 points with the Jets, I might look at the underdog.
I feel the same way. So you have them winning as well?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Week 5, Bears at Packers. I don't think Parsons will be back yet. So even though the Packers have had a lot of success against the Bears, I think the Bears win this game. What do you think?
I'm giving them a loss here.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think the Packers are still stewing over that playoff game.
Yeah. That's
the
fair.
way it ended. Yeah. The way it went in the fourth quarter.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
I think the Bears are the better team. What's that?
We'll get to the Packers. I'm pretty down on them this year.
Oh, I'm not all that thrilled about them. And when they play back in Chicago, I'm going to have them winning that game. But I think this is a game that the Packers will be highly motivated for because of the way that the game ended. Now, did they shake hands? Did LaFleur shake hands after the game? I don't recall.
I don't remember. I don't know. But anyway. All right. Week 6, the Bears at the Falcons. Another tricky spot because they play on Thursday night against the Patriots, and then they have Seattle after that. So could be a look ahead again. And we'll get to Atlanta. I really don't like Atlanta all that much at all. So I will give the Bears the win here. But again, this if the Bears are favored by 7 in Atlanta, then I would like Atlanta to cover perhaps. But I'll give the Bears the win.
Yeah, I'm going to make this one a toss-up because it is on the road, coming off of what, win or lose, would be an emotional game against the Packers, and preceding a game against the AFC champions, and then going to the Super Bowl champions in back-to-back weeks, with the first of those weeks being a Thursday night game. Fortunately for the Bears, well, we'll talk about it in a moment, the game against New England on the Thursday is at home, but I could see I could see Atlanta pulling an upset, but I'm going to call it a toss-up for right now.
Okay. Well, we have the next game. They go to they go to the Patriots. Oh no, sorry, the Patriots. The Patriots go to Chicago. Right. Yeah. This is week 7. So I think this is a toss-up. I think these are two really good teams. The Bears had the advantage, short week at home, but still, Mike Vrabel's a great coach, so he could have a great game plan here and win. So I think this is a toss-up. What do you think?
And I'm going to give the Bears a win here.
Okay. Why are you so confident?
Well, they are playing on a short week. Who are the Patriots playing the week before? I don't know who that is, but it's not as important, the game, only because it's an interconference game as far as the standings go. For the hold on a second here. As far as
they play the Jets. They play the Jets the week before.
So the Patriots are coming off a division game. No, I just think the Bears are going to be an improved team over last year, notwithstanding the fact that I have them losing at Green Bay in week 5. That's one of those, you look at the numbers and everything, but you look at the situation. And I know that a lot of people are going to be looking at it just the way I am, that it's going to be a revenge game for Green Bay. And I like the fact that it's the first meeting rather than the second meeting, because they're going back to the Green Bay game is going on the field where they had that game last year in the playoffs, as opposed to playing at Chicago first and then having that game at Green Bay later in the season. Okay. Yeah. So that's why that's a big game. But, again, they have the Falcons after that one. So they have a chance to, again, that's why I think it's a tricky spot. Though I agree with you, the Falcons might be a good play depending upon what the point spread is, although I imagine they won't be all that great on the road, but it is a bad spot for the Bears. But I think just playing the 4 days later, I think they're a better team than the Patriots. Thursday night, playing at home.
Yeah. I think they're pretty even in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's where remember, I do not make much of a difference in the length of the layoff going from a Monday night to a Sunday game, but I do consider it a factor when it's going from a Sunday game to a Thursday game. Okay, a couple of days less, right. And it's negative for the road team, positive for the home team. Okay, and again, I mention it because of the time that you lose in practice, having to prepare and go on the flight that normally you would be practicing at home if you're playing on Sunday. Okay, The Bears don't have that. They're at home. They go through a regular routine, Monday through Saturday, Monday through Wednesday, whatever they were normally doing. Maybe they don't give Monday off, but maybe they do because they're at home and they'll be able to do some things while the Patriots are flying in. Probably on Wednesday night or maybe even Thursday morning, but I think they have to be there 24 hours before kickoff. So that's one of the reasons. And again, I think that I like Vrabel, but do I like him any more than I like Ben Johnson? No. I like Ben Johnson any more than I like Vrabel? Not really, not necessarily. Right. In other words, there are coaches that I'm either positive on, negative on, or neutral on. I'm positive on both of these coaches, and I can't really, even in terms of experience, although Vrabel has more experience with the years at Tennessee where he was successful in a number of those years, but we also know Ben Johnson and what he did in turning around the Lions when he was the coordinator.
Yeah, no, they're both great head coaches, no doubt about it. All right, Week 8.
So I've got them as a win. You've got this as a toss-up against the Patriots.
Yep. All right, Week 8 at Seattle. I like that the Bears are getting extra rest here. Also, as at Seattle might sound daunting, but Seattle, as you pointed out many times, they have not been as good at home in recent years. So I think there's a decent chance the Bears take this one. I think this is a toss-up. I believe that's what I had last time. So what do you have here?
I'm going to see what I had last time when we did Seattle. This is what, Week 8?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I might be changing my mind a little bit on this one. So let me see here. Seattle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, you had it as a toss-up last time.
Yeah.
In Week 8, and what do you have it as now?
Toss-up.
Okay, that's what I have. Had and have.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm trying not to look back at what I had until I've already made my decision from a Bears perspective.
Right.
As opposed to looking at what we had for the opponents.
Mm-hmm. All right. Week 9, Bears hosting the Buccaneers, third straight night game. I think that, coming off 2 tough games, especially
this is a
Week 9.
Okay, this is a Sunday. Is it a Sunday game?
Sunday night. Yeah. So they have Thursday night, okay. Monday night, and then Sunday night.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Sunday night. Right. Okay.
Yeah. It's coming off 2 tough games, and they could be a little flat here. I think Tampa has a good offense. They could certainly score a lot here. Chicago's defense is not that good. So
they do it, and Chicago does have a bye coming up the next week.
Yeah. Right. I'm going to give this a toss-up because short rest here now for a good team like Chicago, not as impactful as it would be for a bad team, but still, I think Tampa could score a lot here and maybe pull the upset. But I think the Bears will win, but I think it's close. I'll give it a toss-up. What do you think?
Yeah. See, I don't consider playing from a Sunday night to another Sunday, from a Monday night to a Sunday night, all that much of a negative like you do, and I understand that it's reasonable to think that, but I do consider the fact, aside from the 6 days, which doesn't mean much to me, the fact that they do have a bye coming up the next week, and that they are coming off of the games against the Patriots at home and at the Seahawks. So they will have had to travel back, which may be a little bit of a factor. They probably get back, early Tuesday morning. So maybe a little bit can be off that. But I'm going to end up at the same place as you. You have it as a toss-up?
Mm-hmm.
And I have it as a toss-up.
Okay. All right. Coming out of the bye, the Bears have the Saints now. Again, another tricky spot because they have to play at Detroit coming up on Thursday. So
Yeah.
They could be looking ahead here. I think the Saints are going to be a lot better this year. We'll talk about them later on the show. So I'll give this another toss-up here. What do you say?
No, I'm gonna give them a win here.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go back and see what I had on the when we did the. Well, we haven't done them yet.
We haven't done. Yeah,
because we're doing that. That's the next one we're doing, the NFC South.
Yep. All right. Week 12, Thanksgiving, first game on Thanksgiving at Detroit. The Lions just have a lousy track record on Thanksgiving. Like, even the games they win, they don't cover. And the Bears are. I think the Bears.
Yeah, but remember, for most of the time on Thanksgiving, Detroit's been a lousy football team.
Oh, but I mean, like even under Dan Campbell.
Last year they lost.
Well. Yeah, they don't do well. Remember, they got blown out by Green Bay on Thanksgiving. Chicago, when they're a bad team, they almost lost there. Like if the Bears didn't bungle that final drive, the Bears would have won that game probably. The Lions just don't. I don't know, for some reason they just don't do well on Thanksgiving, even if they're a good team. But I would say this is a toss-up. I think these teams are pretty close. I think the Lions maybe a smidge better, but just for some reason they don't do well here. So I'm going to give them a toss-up. What do you think?
I'm going to give them a loss. I'm going to go with
okay.
I've got Chicago losing this one, and you've got them as a
toss-up. Yeah,
as a toss-up. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Week 13, Jacksonville at Chicago.
And again, by the way, part of it has to do with the the Johnson versus Campbell, and the way that round number 1 in Detroit went last year between these two.
Right. Week 13, Bears host the Jaguars. 2 advantages here for the Bears. First of all, they get a lot of rest. Second, they could be playing in freezing temperatures against the Jaguar team from Florida. I know that it's northern Florida, but still, I think the Bears have some good edges here. Even though the Jaguars are a good team, I think the Bears win this game. What do you think?
The Bears have extra rest. Playing on Thanksgiving. I'm going to call this one a toss-up. You have what? You have Chicago winning?
Yep.
Okay, that's against where's that? That's against the Jags. I like this Jags team. I like their defense. I'm going to give it a toss-up.
Okay.
I think the Jags may have the better defense of the two.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Week 14 at Miami. This is an easy one. Miami terrible. Bears win easily. What do you think?
I don't know if the Bears hold a grudge from losing that perfect season from 1985. Maybe their parents or grandparents do, the current players. But no, Miami's just going to be really bad, barring something that nobody can it would take making tonight's Knicks game look like a rout by the Knicks, the way they played, for Miami to win this game. And I better not say that, because that could happen. No, I'm gonna give Chicago a win, and you're also giving them a win.
That's right. Yeah. All right. Week 15 at Buffalo. Tough game here for the Bears with the inferior defense. I think the Bears lose at Buffalo. What do you have?
I'm going to call it a toss-up because it's cold weather. You're going to give Chicago a loss here. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Let me just. I'm going to go back. I've got it as a toss-up. I'm curious because I think this was the first we did. I think the AFC East was the first one we did, and this is what? This is week
15.
Week 15. So that should be easy for me to go back and check. Week 15 with Buffalo. Okay, 18, 17, 16, 15. Yeah, I gave it a toss-up back then. Okay. So I'm going to keep it as a toss-up.
Okay. All right. Week 16, the Bears host the Packers. Now, I gave the Bears the win over the Packers the first time. I will give them a toss-up this time because Parsons will be back by then. And I think the Packers, I think they'll be better as the season goes on, even though I'm still down on them total. So I think this will be a toss-up. So,
and I'm going to give Chicago the win here because I gave Green Bay the win in the first meeting at Green Bay.
Okay. All right. Week 17, the Bears.
Which again, by the way,
yeah,
another reason for a split here, especially at that time of the season. And look, it could be Chicago could win that first meeting as opposed to losing it. Tiebreaker could be involved here as far as the team that loses the first game, will want to avoid going 0-2 if indeed tiebreaker implications could be involved.
Yeah, that's true. All right, week 17.
I think we both think Chicago and Detroit are the two best teams in the division.
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay. Week 17. Speaking of the Bears and Lions, the Bears host the Lions. This is going to be almost a night game. 4:25. It's going to be dark by the second quarter, and it's going to be cold. We would assume. Jared Goff in the cold, not good. In windy Chicago. I like the Lions a lot this year. This is a tough spot for them, so I have the Bears winning. What do you think?
You have the Bears winning.
Yeah.
And I have I also have them winning because I gave them that loss at Detroit on Thanksgiving. You had a toss-up on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And so you have them going 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
And I have them going 1-1 against Detroit. So I'm going to give Chicago the win here that I gave them the loss for on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. All right. Week 18 at Minnesota. We kind of don't know how Minnesota's season is going to go. If they could have a good year, and this could be a tough spot for Chicago, or they could be mailing it in right now because they missed the playoffs, and it could be JJ McCarthy. So I will I'll say what I said earlier. I think these teams split, so I will give Minnesota the win. So the Bears lose here. The Bears lose. What do you have to say about this one?
I have this one as a toss-up. I had them. When did they play? They played in week 2, and I had we both had Minnesota winning in week 2. So I'm going to have this as
Bears winning.
I'm sorry, the Bears winning. Yeah, we both had the Bears winning in week 2. I'm going to call this one a toss-up because we don't know what is going to be at stake. If the Bears are a number 1 seed, maybe they'll show some playing time because they have the following week off. If they're going to have to play the following week and in the opening round, even as a division winner, as was the case last year, then they would probably rest everybody. I'm not expecting Minnesota to be a playoff team this year. At least right now, we'll verify that when we go down the schedule. So that's why I'm going to give it a toss-up here.
Okay.
So let me do the math here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got the Bears at 11.
That's what I have you at. Yeah.
And let me just make sure what I have you at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11.5.
Yep, that's what I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the over is 9.5 plus 116.
Yeah.
Is that something you would play?
Yeah, that's a play.
Okay. Yeah, I think so.
Because I think the 9.5 is too low.
Yeah, I agree. I think it should be 10.5. And the Lions are 10.5. The Lions, the best number for the over is 10.5 minus 110 at DraftKings. The best number for the under.
I'm sorry, what'd you say? 10.5 over minus 110?
Minus 110 at DraftKings, yeah. And then the best number for the under is under 10.5 plus 120 at Caesars.
Yeah, that's not a bad price if you like the under 10.5, but that means you're saying Detroit would be 10-7 or worse. And I think you had it right last year. Last year was the year to play the Lions under.
Yeah, I bet them.
Coming off of the blowout from Washington in the playoffs the year before.
Yeah.
Some of the loss of Ben Johnson, we didn't know how that was going to work out.
Yeah. Both coordinators.
Yeah, both coordinators, right. Right, Aaron Glenn to the Jets. Which meant some adjustments. So, yeah, I think last year was – I think last year – and I know we disagree on Kansas City because I think last year was the year to be against Kansas City.
Yeah.
Okay. Just like I thought last year was to be against Detroit. I think this year I'm back on Kansas City. What was their season win total?
I have it here. Hold on.
I have it here. I think I have it here. I didn't write. I didn't write that one down.
It's 10.5.
Yeah, and I think I had it when we did it. You had them at 9. I had them at 11.
Yes.
So it's not necessarily a play, but I do think that they will be a playoff team this year, which usually 11-6 is what I like to see from a playoff team, but 10-7s can make it.
And by the way,
8-9s can make it if you're in the NFC South, but not necessarily this year.
Yeah, if you're watching this, I have this on the site, walterfootball.com. I have Andy's win totals here in mine, so you can, if you don't want to watch our whole show, you can see the win totals we have, and the Chiefs are one of our bigger disagreements, but we had a couple of big ones last week as well.
Miss the entire rest of the show at your own peril. You'll miss all my bad jokes. You'll miss all my bad jokes.
Oh, the jokes are great, I think.
Don't encourage me.
All right. So we have Lions at 10.5. Let's get to their schedule. Week 1, the Lions host the Saints. When the schedule came out, we saw the Lions. I was really pissed off because I like both of these teams this year. I want to bet both, and I was like, oh man, they have to play each other week 1. But it's hard not to like the Lions in week 1 as much as I like the Saints this year. So I'll give the Lions the win. So what do you have?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Normally I might think about a toss-up, but I think it's maybe expecting a little bit too much out of the Saints too early, notwithstanding their late season momentum. And you're resetting, and what that normally means is, yeah, it may take you a little while to get to be as good as we think you are, but there'll be a little bit of growing pains along the way. So this is the kind of game that if instead of in week 1 it was in week 9 or 10, probably call it a toss-up, but not in week 1.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are going to play this Survivor. And it's not going to be one of the top. I think it's Chargers Cardinals. Chargers over Cardinals will be the top one, but I think a bunch of people will play the Lions, and they do have Buffalo week 2, so it's not an easy spot. So week 2 at Buffalo. Luckily for the Lions, this is not in December when the elements would kick in. Now it could rain and whatnot. We don't know that, but I think these are 2 evenly matched teams almost. Maybe Buffalo's a little bit better, but it is a short travel week.
Well, I do have them better at quarterback.
Yeah.
Not that Goff isn't bad, but Allen is a not a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
But he's a Pro Bowl. He's an MVP candidate almost every year.
Oh yeah. So given this is a short travel week for Detroit, I'm going to give Buffalo the win. So Detroit loses week 2. What do you have here?
I actually am going to make this a toss-up. I did call in when we did this. I did check after I'd already decided this is a toss-up. Right now, I did give Buffalo the win back in week 2, but I'm going to make this a toss-up right now.
Okay. All right.
Again, because I think Detroit is good enough to win on the road. If you believe they're a Super Bowl contender, and I think we both do, they're good enough to win on the road. But I need more work before I decide when we go over, these things a little bit. We're gonna make some changes when we go over it as far as the toss-ups go, and I think probably how we'll handle it, at least we haven't talked about it yet, is we'll probably say, okay, I had such and such team at 9.5 when we went game by game. When I redid my toss-ups again, and so up, making 3 of the toss-ups wins and 2 of the toss-ups losses. So I'm now at such and such and a half as my almost final prediction.
Right.
Because we'll be doing this, I would think, before the end of preseason.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Week 3, the Lions host the Jets, coming off extra rest. And if they lose to Buffalo, they'll surely beat the Jets, even though this is Aaron Glenn revenge. I like the Lions to win here. What do you have?
Yeah, let me get back to there. Versus the Jets, I have a win here as well. So we're both winning. I don't even have to take a look at what I put it down when we did the Jets schedule. You have it as a win also, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Week 4, Detroit at Carolina. Again, I just think even though Carolina is better this year, I just think that Detroit is definitely at least a tier, maybe 2 tiers above Carolina. So I have the Lions winning this game. What do you think?
I'm going to make this a toss-up. I'm going to go check. Well, we haven't done Carolina yet. And the reason I'm going to do it is several-fold. I do think by the 4th week of the season, Carolina will start showing the kind of football. It is a Sunday night game. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's a big thing for the hometown. But more importantly, I believe the new Bill Stadium is artificial turf, is it not?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it the new stadium already? I thought it was.
I think it's opening. Yeah, it's going to open. Okay, Google.
Google time.
The brand new stadium for the Buffalo Bills. When does it open, and what is the kind of surface?
The new Highmark Stadium is scheduled to open in summer 2026 for the upcoming NFL season. Breaking away from decades of artificial turf, the franchise is installing a state-of-the-art, heated natural Kentucky bluegrass surface.
Well, maybe I'll go back and make it a toss-up or keep it a toss or give Buffalo a win. But no, I was going to say if it was, that would mean 3 straight games on artificial turf and now going on natural grass.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because playing at home against the Saints and then the week 3. But I'm still going to make it a toss-up.
Okay. Week 5 at Arizona. This is very easy. The Cardinals are the worst team in the NFC. I have Detroit winning. What do you think?
Okay, you have Detroit winning. I have Detroit winning, so that effectively means Detroit has back-to-back bye weeks because week 6 is a bye.
That's right. All right, week 7. The Lions.
By the way, that's not a joke. That is a serious statement. If you see Arizona play this year.
Oh yeah, but Miami could be even worse, and Miami is coming up on the schedule for the Lions.
But at least Miami has a decent front office.
Yeah,
they're coming over from Green Bay, you know.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Personnel decisions and things like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Cardinals they got the decisions made for them by the owner with Jeremiah Love.
Yeah,
it can't win that way.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they have the bye week 6, week 7. The Lions host the Packers. And I don't think it's a guarantee that Parsons will play in this game. And maybe he comes back this week or the previous week, but may not be 100% yet. So I will have the Lions winning this game. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to have Detroit winning because the game is at home. So if Parsons plays, he's going to get all the boos and everything. It'd be a lot different if this game were at Green Bay and there was a chance for Parsons to play, in which case I would probably have made this game a toss-up. But I'm going to make it a win for Detroit.
Okay. Week 8, Detroit hosting Minnesota. This is right before they go for a 2-game road trip to Miami and then Germany. But I still think Detroit wins this game. I think they're just a lot better than Minnesota. What do you think?
So you've got them a win for Detroit?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 interception run back against Kyler Murray, 1 interception run back against J.J. McCarthy, 14-3. They win.
What about Wentz? They could do the trifecta.
No, Wentz will put him in position for the field goal.
Okay. 17.
No, I think that Detroit will win this game.
Yeah. All right. Week 9.
I mean, although it may not be a high-scoring game because I do respect Flores and the Vikings defense, but until we see something better out of these 2 quarterbacks, it's hard to see Minnesota putting up a lot of points because I also expect Detroit's defense to be improved over last year.
Yeah, that's for sure. Week 9 at Miami. This is very easy. The Lions get to play the 2 worst teams in the NFL. Easy win here for the Lions. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right. Week 10, the Lions and Patriots play in Germany. And I think the better team wins. And I think the Lions are a little bit better than the Patriots. So I will, I guess, if I'm thinking about it too much, it has to be a toss up. What do you think?
I'm going to go with the Lions here because in the next game I've got a toss up against Tampa Bay.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I agree because it's a very difficult spot. They come back from Germany, no rest, and then they play at Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving. So
yeah,
very very tricky spot. And the Buccaneers, they always play the Lions very tough. Lions always seem to win.
Yeah.
Except for that week 2 game.
So you have the toss up against the Patriots.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And now we're talking about, and I have Detroit beating the Patriots, and I have them as a toss up against the Bucs.
Okay.
And you?
I have toss up the Tampa.
Oh, okay. So we're both toss ups in that one.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Week 12. We talked about this already. I have a toss up here, and I think you have the Lions winning. Is that correct?
I had Chicago losing, so I have the Lions winning at home, and you have a toss-up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Week 13, Detroit is at Atlanta. Extra rest here, big for them, especially if they lose to Chicago. Atlanta is just a far weaker team, so Lions win easily. What do you have here?
I'm going to have it as a toss-up, largely because I don't think Atlanta's going to be terrible this year. They're going to be an 8-9 type team, 9-8 type team, I think. Although this is the year, and we've talked about it before, this is the year right now, at least we will see what happens over the summer. Nobody's talking about the Falcons like they have been the last few years. So maybe this is the year that they may finally surprise. But you do have the Lions coming off of the Germany game and back-to-back home games. So this will be their first true road game in a month. Mm-hmm. They're at the Dolphins on the 8th.
Yeah.
And then they go to Germany, and now they're in a hostile environment at the Falcons.
Yeah. I don't know how hostile
after two straight home games.
Yeah. Okay, week 14, the Lions come back home. They play Tennessee. Tennessee will be better this year, but the Lions should still win pretty easily. What do you have?
Yeah, I have that. I'm not quite so sure yet about Tennessee. I know we talked about them already. In fact, let me see what I had for Tennessee. This is week 14. I know I had them. I know I had Tennessee losing, but let me see. This 18, 17. I had. I had Tennessee with 4.5. You had them with 4 wins.
Mm-hmm.
So, I that's too much of a step up in class.
Yeah, I agree. All right, week 15.
And by the way, they're coming off of that. They're coming off the road game at Atlanta, which they had the extra rest. So, okay.
Yeah. Week 15 at Minnesota, Sunday night game. I just think the Lions are just a lot better than Minnesota. I'm going to have the Lions winning this game. What do you think?
I'm going to have it as a toss-up. We both had them winning the first game at home, but at the Vikings, this could be. They've just played the Falcons and the Titans, and the Vikings are a better team, I think, than the Falcons and the Titans. So they are stepping up in class a little bit. So I'm going to make it a toss-up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Week 16, Monday Night Football. Lions hosting the Giants. I think this could be a closer game. Giants better this year. And the Lions have the Bears and Packers coming up. But do they look past the team on Monday?
This is week 16, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the Lions win this game. What do you think?
Yeah, I have them winning also, and I had them winning when we did I had the Detroit winning when we did the Giants. So we both have W's for Detroit in this one.
Okay.
Right? You have a win, right?
Yes.
For the Lions. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Week 17 at Chicago. We did this one already. I had Chicago winning this game, so the Lions lose. What do you have? What'd you have?
Let me see here. So you have them losing.
Yep.
And I had them beating, so I'm going to give them the loss. Well, you had the game in Chicago as a toss-up.
No, I had the sorry, wait. No, I had the Bears winning. And the Bears.
Oh, okay. I have it down here as. Okay. No, I'm showing. Okay. No, I show you had a toss-up in the first game.
In the first one, in the first Chicago meeting, yeah.
Yeah.
And second meeting of Chicago winning.
We're talking about right. Right now. I was looking at what you had earlier in the season. The first meeting in Thanksgiving you had as a toss-up.
Yes.
Well, now you're giving Detroit the win.
No, Chicago the win.
You're giving Chicago the win?
Yeah.
Okay, and I have this one. I think. Let's see. I had Detroit winning at home, so this is the toss-up. This is a loss for me. This is Chicago gets the win here.
Mm-hmm. All right. And then
I just want to make sure when you did Chicago, you made the first game. Yeah, you made it. You're consistent. You had it for both Chicago and Detroit. You made the same toss-up, and now in this one, you had Yes, I thought you had. Yeah, you had Chicago. Yeah, you had the Chicago winning in Week 17.
Yes.
And now you have Chicago winning again.
Yeah, I wrote this down. So yeah, it's going to be what I said.
So you're going to have Chicago sweeping the series.
No, well, 1.5 wins. So it's a toss up and then win. So it could be loss.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Week 18, the finale at Green Bay. On one hand, you could have very harsh conditions here. On the other hand, you could have the Packers just going through the motions.
Or they could be a playoff team.
Season.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't see it with them. I think they're very weak across the board. So, I will give this a toss up. I had the Lions winning the first time. I'll give this one a toss up. What do you have?
I have it as a toss up as well. So let me see.
Okay.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've got them at 13 wins.
Yep, that's what I have.
And let me see what I've got you at. I've got you at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've got you 12.5.
Oh, I have 13.
I show you with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5. Where are your? What weeks are your toss-ups?
Let's see. What weeks are my toss-ups? I would think Tampa was a toss-up. I know that. I think Patriots was a toss-up. So it was. What weeks are those? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have week 10 as a toss-up. Week 11 is a toss-up.
And week 12 is a toss-up.
And week 12 is a toss-up.
Right.
And week 18 is a toss-up.
How about week 15? What's week 15?
At Minnesota, I have the win. I have a win there for Chicago.
Oh, okay. I had you as a toss-up there.
Okay.
Okay, so that makes it, what did I say? I'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.5?
I'm at 13.
13? I'll take your word for it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Week 13. So we both have 13. And that is 2.5. So we are 2.5 over the win total for Detroit. And once again, over 10.5 minus 110 to DraftKings. Seems like a good play with the rebound.
Yeah, I want to see how I end up doing with Green Bay and Minnesota, that I don't have them with too many wins.
Yeah. And by the way, this is the strength of schedule here. This column is from SLU. It's not the NFL official strength of schedule.
What is SLU?
That they have.
What is
SLU? SLU is one of the commenters on channel, and he sent me my strength of schedule according to my power rankings. So it's not based on the wins and losses last year. It's just purely based on my power rankings. So the Lions have the second easiest schedule according to my power rankings.
Now how does he rank? In other words, whoever your highest ranked team is the toughest opponent on everyone's schedule, on their opponent's schedule.
Yeah.
And who's ranked 32 in your power ratings is the easiest team that team opponent will play.
Yeah, and he does it by grouping. So it's Group A, Group B, C, D, F, and so he assigns point values for each. Yeah, he assigns point values for each. Tier. So the Lions and Saints, by the way, Lions and Saints are tied for the easiest schedule.
Okay.
So we actually have that here. The easiest schedule. Oh, they're tied for the easiest schedule. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Let me be right back. Hold on just a moment, okay?
All right, I'll read some comments. Thoughts on Carmelo Anthony? He's always pretty selfish with the Knicks. I'm just kidding. Guy, he killed the other guy. I feel like he should have gotten a longer sentence in prison. But they are appealing. It's hard. I don't know how they can possibly win an appeal based on what they had there. Okay, Real Grass. Yeah, thanks for that. For some reason, I thought they had one more year at the old stadium, but I guess not. Something to consider for the Saints. Week 1, Jordan Tyson, Shuck probably won't have so much synergy yet. Yeah. Then week 2, that's the first game of the Bills' new stadium. They're not losing that one. I think there's like a history of teams not doing well in their home openers, in their new stadium openers. So
what was that last comment that you just took down about the Saints? I just got back.
Yeah, something considers Saints week 1. Jordan Tyson, Shuck probably won't have much synergy yet. Then for week 2, first game at the Buffalo New Stadium, they're not losing that one. And I said that there's a history of teams losing.
Who's not losing that first one? Buffalo.
I assume he says Buffalo. Yeah.
So something to okay.
So teams opening their stadiums, they have a negative record. I don't know exactly what it is, but there's usually like too many distractions, like too much expectations, But then again, Buffalo was one of the best teams in the league. So I know when the Eagles opened their stadium, they lost. And the Cowboys, when they opened their stadium, they lost. They even got embarrassed with that stupid monitor. The ball kept hitting the monitor on the punts. Yeah. So yeah. If we trust Google, the opening game of a new facility carries heavy anticipation. Even home openers, teams historically, and middling results sitting at exactly 8-8 since 2000. And yeah, that's straight up. So we're talking. That's not even against the spread. And
we're talking straight up for this purpose. However,
sure, right.
What I would like to find out in those 16 games, were those bad teams opening new stadiums or good teams opening new stadiums, and were they playing another bad team or a good team?
Well, I know for the Eagles, they were playing the Buccaneers, so it was a good team versus good team. But
was that the year they met in the playoffs?
It was
the year Tampa won the Super Bowl back in 2002, I think it was, under Gruden.
Yeah, it was. No, that was it was 2003, I believe that they opened. Yeah, but they played in 2002. Against Gruden, and that's the game that the Eagles lost. McNabb should not have been playing. He was not 100%. So, you can't trust any search results these days, as we very well know. Okay, let's pivot to the Packers, who are coming up here, and let's look at their numbers. The Packers 9.5. There's 10.5s at Caesars and Bookmaker, but 9.5s at most of the books. So the best.
I'm sorry. Say that again now. The best number for the over for
the best number for Green Bay. The best number for the over is 9.5 minus 115 at FanDuel.
I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm 9.5, and the over is minus what? 115.
Minus 115. Yeah.
Okay.
And the best under is 9.5 plus 120 at BetMGM.
9.5 minus 20.
Plus 120.
Oh, plus 20. Okay, yeah, but minus 115 on an over. Yeah, okay.
Yep. All right. So let's get to the Packers schedule. The Packers week 1, they play at Minnesota. I'm going to have Minnesota win this game. So Packers lose the opener in Minnesota. Generally the Packers do not do well in Minnesota, and Micah Parsons will not be available. So Packers. So
you're giving Green Bay a loss. I'm going to give the Packers a toss-up in that one.
Okay. All right. Week 2 at the Jets. So Packers at Jets here. And I am actually I'm going to have the Jets winning this game. I believe I had that when we did the preview. Or maybe I had a toss-up, but
let me see, because I have it as a toss-up.
Okay, I might have had it as a toss-up, but I did pivot to the Jets winning this game when I did my previews. So.
Oh, okay. Let me see here. Hold on.
Yeah. No Parsons on the road.
Okay, this is Jets. Okay, yeah, I had the Jets losing this game in week 2, and you had it as a toss-up back then.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna move to the Jets winning this game. After
I'm
reviewing,
gonna keep it as a toss-up.
After reviewing the Packers roster and
upon further review,
yeah, I really am down on this team this year. So
okay, so you've got the first 2 games losses for the Packers. I've got them toss-ups.
Yes. All right. Week 3.
And by the way, my reason for the toss-up is just the overall, expecting the Jets to do something that they haven't done very often, going up against a team that, look, they were a playoff team last year, the Packers.
Yeah, well, if they played the whole year without Parsons, they would not have been, because they didn't win a single game. Well, they didn't win a single game without Parsons. So I don't think this is a playoff team this year. Okay, week 3, Packers in their home opener host the Falcons on Thursday Night Football. Even though I'm down on the Packers, I think they win this game. I think Atlanta's an even bigger mess. So Packers win. What do you think?
Yeah, I got to win on this one also.
Okay. Just that. All right. Week 4, Packers at Tampa Bay. This is the old Bay of Pigs game rivalry that Favre versus Sapp. Love those games. It's a shame we don't have those anymore. But I think Tampa wins this game. So Packers lose with no pass rush against Mayfield. It's going to have all day to shred this defense. So
if
Packers
Mayfield's
lose.
healthy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's healthy now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Packers lose here. What do you have?
I also have the Packers losing. I got the Bucs winning this one.
Okay. Week 5, Packers hosting the Bears. I had the Bears winning this game, so Packers lose. What do you have?
And I had the Bears losing this game, so I will have the Packers losing this one. This is that revenge from that playoff game.
Right. Okay. Week 6, the Packers host the Cowboys. This could be the game Parsons comes back. He said mid-October, I believe that's what he said. But even if he returns here, he may not be on full snaps. So with no pass rush against this Dallas offense, it's gonna be really tough. It was a tie last year. I think Green Bay's worse now. I think Dallas is better. So I'll give Dallas the win. So Packers lose once again. What do you have?
I've got a toss-up here.
Okay. All right. Week 7, Packers at the Lions. I had the Lions winning this game, so Packers lose once again. What do you think?
Hold on a second here. This is Detroit. Yeah, I had the Lions winning, so this is a loss.
Yep. Okay. This is hold on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Week 8. The Packers the Packers once again have a home Thursday game, so they have 2 for some reason. They host the Panthers. I think with the travel for Carolina, it's gonna be tough. Parsons should definitely be back at this point, so I'll have Green Bay beating Carolina. What do you have?
Yeah, I'm gonna have them winning this game as well.
Okay.
Again, it's the Thursday night, and I like the quarterback edge for the Packers in this one. So I'm going to go with we're both going with the win in this one for Green Bay, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and again, the short rest and the travel again. Unless I find it hard to pick the road team in a Thursday night game unless they are clearly the better football team.
Mm-hmm.
You probably think the Panthers are the better football team, but maybe not clearly the better football team. I'm not sure.
Well, if Parsons is 100%, I think you can make the case that the Packers are better. I think.
Yeah, but by how much?
Not a lot. Not a lot.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think that these teams are very even, and if you want to say the Packers, or if you want to say the Panthers are better, I wouldn't say that it's significantly better. And so they've got the short week and the travel. So I'm going to go with I guess you're going with a win also, right, for the Packers here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Week 9, the Packers are at the Patriots. They have extra rest here, so that'll help. And I believe the Patriots go on the road to Germany after this game, so this could be a distraction. I'm not totally sure.
This is what week we are. What week 9 now?
Week 9, yeah. Let me see. Yeah, November 15th. They're at Germany, and this is November. Hold on, I lost this.
November 8th.
November 8th. So yeah, this is right before the Germany game, so that the Patriots could be distracted with the travel coming up. So good edges here for the Packers. I think the Patriots are a team that could be in trouble this year with with various things. So I'll give the Packers the win here on the road. What do you think?
Okay, I think I had this a toss up earlier, but I'm going with a loss to the Patriots here.
Okay, so Packers win. Okay,
now this is at New England, right?
At New England, yeah.
Yeah, as opposed to overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, week 10, Packers hosting the Vikings. I think these teams split, so I'll give Green Bay the win here. What do you have?
I'm still going to call it. Okay, you're giving Green Bay the win. I'm going to make it toss-up as I did in the first game because I do think they split.
Okay. All right. So week 11, they have a bye. So week 12 at the Rams. I mean, we did this game last week. I'd be shocked if I didn't have the Rams winning this game.
Yeah, I'm going to check because I feel the same. This is what week now? This is week
12, Thanksgiving week. Yeah.
Rams 12. Okay, 1, 2. Yeah, I have the Rams winning. I had the Rams winning, and you had them winning.
Yep, makes sense.
Stick that way.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So week 13, they have a lot of rest here because they play on a Wednesday. So they play at the Saints. Tough game, tough place to play. Favre had his struggles here. That's how difficult it is to play in New Orleans, and that even predates Drew Brees. So I will give this one a toss up here. I feel like this could go either way. What do you think?
This is week 13 at the Saints. The Saints to win. So loss for Green Bay, and you're making it a toss up.
Toss up, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Week 14. Packers host the Bills. I think the Bills are too strong here for Green Bay, so Packers lose. What do you have? Sunday night, by the way. I don't know if it matters.
Yeah, no. See, we're late in the season now.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bills are playing on natural grass at home now. I'm going to make this a toss-up.
Okay.
And you're what? You're giving it the win to Green Bay?
No, Buffalo. So
Buffalo?
Packers lose. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Week 15, Dolphins come into Green Bay. Now, this might seem like an easy win, but this is the revenge game of the millennium. You had the GM from the Packers coming into Green Bay. You had the coach from a former coach from the Packers coming into Green Bay. You had the former quarterback of the Packers coming into Green Bay. If Miami wins one game this year against a non-horrible team, I think this is it. I believe I gave this a toss-up when we did it last time, when we did the Dolphins about 3 weeks ago. So I will stick with a toss-up here. What do you think?
Oh, okay. I was going to say, it sounded like you were going to give the Dolphins a win. This is what, week 15? Let me go back and see what you gave Miami in week 15.
I'd be shocked if it's not a toss-up. Or, I don't know. I don't know if I could give Miami the win. Maybe I did. I don't know.
Week 15, let me see. 18, 17, 16, 15. You gave it a toss-up.
Yeah. Consistency.
I'm giving the Packers a win here. I think the revenge is more on the Packers losing people they valued.
Maybe, but if there's someone who knows if there's a team that knows the personnel of another team, it's definitely the Dolphins knowing the personnel of the Packers, right? They have everyone.
Players don't know it. The executives might.
Well, Willis knows. I mean, you know. So anyway, week.
But 6, I think there's a situation where. And again, you don't know it. I mean, because obviously some of the executives at Green Bay got promoted when the others left. But I think that, who knows? They maybe say, "Hey, nice job. You got a nice pay increase by going to Miami. So good luck to you." So there may not be any bad. But again, I think that this, just from the looks of it, Green Bay could still be a contending team for a playoff spot here. So that might be a game that this game is where? At Green Bay, right?
At Green Bay. By the way, very, very obvious look-ahead spot with at Chicago, then Houston, then Detroit. And the Chicago game is not a full week later. It's
a Christmas game,
5 days later, yeah. So they could be looking ahead here to Chicago. So a bunch of elements here. Watch it still be 52-0.
They could be looking ahead to Chicago, which means the starters will only play till the third quarter when they're up 24-6.
Right, that's true.
No, I mean, it's. I honestly don't think that players look ahead.
I don't know.
Fans do.
I think some might.
Media does.
Yeah, I think some might.
Unless there's a personal connection for a player with the team that they're about to play 7 days, 6 days, 4 days from now.
Yeah.
I don't think they really look ahead because that's the job of the coaching staff. Now, they may be looking ahead, but it's their job to get the players to be looking at the next game, next man up, next opponent. Right. We're not looking about it's like, okay, Bill Belichick, what do you think about this game? We're looking to Cincinnati. And I think that's what really happened. I mean, it's you like to make it sound because sometimes you're looking for a reason why a team may not play well. And there may be a reason, but it may not be because they're looking ahead.
I don't know. Maybe. I feel like there's a possibility, especially if it's on short rest, that they have to prepare for 2 games in 5 days. It's pretty difficult, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and I could see it because it is a road game, but it's a home game against Miami. And, you know, you said Miami's one of the 1, 2, or 3 worst team in the league. They're getting him at home. They're getting him in Green Bay weather.
Yeah.
Now, you want to make a case for Miami covering the 10.5? That's different.
Could be like 13.5.
I don't know if it would be that high, but
I mean,
it depends. I mean, if Green Bay is as mediocre to below mediocre than you think, or as you think, you know, I'm guessing that you have Green Bay probably maybe a 7 or 8 win team this year.
Maybe slightly worse than that.
Oh, okay. I don't know if it'll be that much worse.
Well, Miami made 2 wins this year, and this is one of the possible wins.
Yeah. I just can't see Miami winning on the road at Green Bay at this time of the year. Okay, well, so this is week 15, right?
Yep.
15, or is it week 16? It's week 50 because I got the Bears coming up. So you have what? You have this game as a toss-up?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Okay. And I have it as a Green Bay win. Okay.
Okay.
Now you got the Bears game.
Yeah, Bears game at Soldier Field on Christmas. I had this as a toss-up when we did it the first time. I'll stick with that. What do you think?
What week did they play the first time? Let me see here.
They played Sunday the 11th, which was 5.
Week 5. Okay, yeah. Week 5. Okay, and you had in week 5, you had Green Bay losing.
Yes.
To Chicago.
No, I have it.
So now you have it as a toss-up. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And I had this is versus the Bears at home, and I had Green Bay winning this game. I'm going to have this one as a toss-up.
Okay.
At home.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Week 17, Packers hosting the Texans. It's going to be bad weather here for Houston, and the Packers have extra rest too coming off Christmas. So I will have the Packers winning this game. What do you have?
Okay.
What do you have?
Hold on, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. You have a winning. I have a winning also.
Okay. And the finale, Packers hosting the Lions. So we talked about this one already. I have this as a toss-up. What do you have?
Yeah, a toss-up again because of the situation surrounding both teams. Now, ultimately, at some point, I'm going to have to make, as you will, a decision on whether this is going to be a win or a loss. Although I can say, if you want to keep, I think we should say that if we have Week 18 as a toss-up right now, we should keep it as a toss-up.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the reason we're making this a toss-up is the unknown. All things being equal, you know, the Lions and the Packers could be competitive. I think the key is that I think we both have I have Green Bay winning the first game against Chicago. That's the revenge game. You have Green Bay losing. You have Green Bay. You have Chicago winning the first game. I have Chicago losing the first game of the series.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So you're going to go with a toss-up as well, because you had Chicago losing. Well, no, I'm sorry. You had a toss-up. I was looking at the last game against Minnesota for Chicago.
Okay.
You have in week 16. You have the Chicago game as you have both Chicago games as toss-ups.
No. I have Chicago beating Green Bay the first time.
Right. Yeah. You have the week 16. You have the 16 game as a toss-up, and you have the week 5 game as a Chicago win.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let me see what I have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. 11, 12, 13.
Wait.
No, I'm sorry. I'm looking at Detroit. Hold on a second there.
I was like, wait a second. I'm like way off.
Well, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8.5.
That is what I have for you.
Okay, let me see what you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.5, 6, 6. You have 7.
I have 7. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And it's 9.5, and we're both. So I think we're both under on this one.
Yeah, you're a little under. I'm way under. So
Yeah.
I definitely like the under 9.5 plus 120. I don't understand why this line's 9.5. Like, figure it should be at least 8.5. I don't like. They're the same in Chicago. Like,
yeah.
How's that? Like with Parsons out for half the year, or at least the third of the year.
Well, that's what they're thinking. I mean, there's still talent there, but coaching there.
For the pass rush, there's no talent.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens in August.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we won't see what happens in August because they don't play.
No, but I mean, we'll see what personnel moves occur, or if somebody stands out in training camp.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's hard to believe what you read in training camp is they always have these. They always have these.
We'll see what they.
Joe Schmo is having a great training camp, and then he doesn't even make the roster. It's so hard.
We'll see. We'll see what the journalists have to say who follow him.
Yeah, that's hard. I don't. You have to trust a very few select journalists.
Yeah, days. Those are the ones that you listen to. Then those are the ones you follow.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Lions are coming back from Germany with no bye.
And then play the Bears.
And they play the Bears the following Thursday. Conversely, Tampa will be off their bye.
Yeah. Obviously.
What's 2-2?
So this was this was the first part of what he was saying.
One of 2. Okay.
Yeah. I completely blanked out trying to get more caught up. Earlier, both of you have Lions versus Tampa as a toss-up. I think Tampa has a chance to be pick of the month there. Okay, so that's what he said.
Okay, now where's that game again?
It's in Detroit, I believe. Detroit versus Tampa.
Yeah, go back to the previous comment, the one of the 2.
Here we go.
Both had Lions versus Tampa as a toss-up. Okay, that is
Detroit hosts Tampa week 11.
No, we're talking about the earlier one.
That's the game he's talking about. Detroit hosting Tampa in week 11.
And week 11 or
Detroit hosts Tampa week 11. And that's coming off the Germany game against the Patriots, and it's before the Chicago game in week 12. So
week 11. Okay, week 11.
One of the worst spots imaginable, probably, for a team.
Lions are still the better team.
Yeah, I know.
Right? It's a bad spot, which is why it's a toss-up and not a win for Detroit.
Yeah. Well, he's talking about pick of the month.
That's my thinking anyway.
Well, he's talking about pick of the month that means that's spread betting. So, if Detroit is minus 9.5, then Tampa's going to look very good.
Well, yeah.
But
no. Okay, I think he's talking about the way we're talking about it straight up.
No,
did he mention spread betting?
He did. POTM, this pick of the month, which is our
pick of the month. But that could be straight up as opposed to play of the month.
Well, no, it's
he should. I hope he can come in and describe it because there's a difference there. Because play of the month was straight up. You're talking Survivor. Okay. Pick of the month is point spread.
That's my lingo that he's using. So I know that he means against the spread.
Okay, I just want that to be clarified though.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So I agree. It could be a point spread play for Tampa Bay. Mm-hmm. I could not see it as the pick of the month straight up.
Yeah, Chris.
Play of the month, yes, possibly. Yeah. Thank you.
Chris is clarifying here. It did
mean
for the
spread.
I do like Tampa. Could definitely win straight up. I think the line is Tampa's plus 4 now. That'll definitely be higher.
Well, we think it will be. Depends how these teams, go. That's okay. I just because I sort of agree with you. I have it as a pick, a toss up from a straight up standpoint, but it's a bad spot for the Lions, so it could be, it could be a point spread play for Tampa Bay. Although, let's see how Detroit does this year as far as the first part. Because remember, they're I think Mark Lawrence uses the term for a team like mission teams. Where they have a horrible fall off from one year to the next, and they come back the next year, and all things being equal, personnel-wise, etc., coaching-wise, for the most part, not always, they usually they are focused to rebound during that season. That's kind of like Kansas City this year.
Yeah,
it's a team that's used to winning. It was the 49ers the year they had all those injuries, and they came back the following year and had a nice little run.
Yeah, that's good. It's a cool term. I haven't heard that before. I like it.
What's that? Which term?
Mission team.
Mission team, yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
He has those in college and pro football.
Okay. Chris also saying, I'm surprised the Lions don't have to fly to Australia after the Bears game. Yeah, with that schedule, yeah, for sure. They do get extra rest after that, so it's a nice reprieve. All right, let's look at the Vikings, a final team in this division. The Vikings number is 8.5 across the board. The best number for the over is 8.5 plus 100 at FanDuel, and Caesars has the under, the best under. That is 8.5 plus 110. So you get a sort of arbitrage there. You don't win.
You get a
either
plus
way,
on both. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can guarantee yourself a little bit of money, but then again, as we said last week,
well, not if you're only plus 100 on the over.
Okay, right. So you either guarantee a win or a push.
Yeah.
Right. So, but like I said like we were saying last week, you're going to tie up your money for 5 months, or 6 months. So it's not that great of an idea, even though it sounds good. So we'll get to the schedule here. Week 1, and we discussed this right before this. The Vikings host the Packers. I had the Vikings winning this game, and I think you had a toss-up, if I remember.
I had a toss-up, yeah.
All right. Week 2 at Chicago.
We don't know the quarterback situation with the Vikings, and I don't know. You'd like if you like the Vikings, you probably like Kyler Murray.
Yeah, or you could be lukewarm on Murray and just think that the rest of the team is good. That's what I mean. He's
but if you're lukewarm on Murray, you still need them to get some points.
Right, but it's at least you don't have McCarthy there, and it's still an upgrade. I think you have to at least like the upgrade.
Although Murray was whining at practice, you heard about that.
He was whining, like couldn't play video games. What happened?
No, because I'm only getting half the reps that I should be getting. More reps than I'm getting. Learning a new system.
Is that really? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I think I heard it yesterday, I believe.
Who's getting the other half? Was it Wentz or McCarthy?
Probably McCarthy.
Yeah, I don't know. They tried to trade McCarthy, so I don't know. Anyway, week 2.
Well, Texas Tech might still go for him because that situation with their quarterback is not finalized yet.
Yeah, it's true. Week 2 at Chicago. We talked about this one as well earlier. I had Chicago beating Minnesota, so this is a loss for Minnesota. What do you have?
Okay, this is the Chicago. I had Chicago winning, so it's a loss for Minnesota, and you have the same thing, right? This is a loss for Minnesota.
That's right. Yep. All right. Week 3 at Tampa. And I'll remind everyone, Tampa has the worst home field advantage in the NFL, according to the spread. I'm not sure why, but they do. So I think Minnesota's live to win here, but I'll give it a toss-up. What do you have?
Yeah, I have these teams fairly similarly rated, so I'm going to give it a toss-up as well.
Okay. All right, week 4, the Vikings hosting the Dolphins, and once again, we'll have Miami losing. So Minnesota wins this game. What do you have?
Yeah, also a win.
Okay.
Especially with Flores coaching the Vikings defense. He still hasn't
big revenge game.
Miami. Although it may have been the best thing that could have happened to him because he's done a great job in Minnesota, and depending upon what happens with the lawsuit, he should get another head coaching job. So it actually turned out going to Minnesota and having the kind of success that he's had has actually worked out nicely.
That's true. Yeah, that is true. Still, I imagine, as you said, he's going to be mad about it. So week 5 at New Orleans, we both expect the Saints to be a lot better. But I'll give this one a toss-up just because Flores against a young quarterback. I guess Chuck's not that young, but still fairly inexperienced quarterback. Flores could confuse him, maybe take this game. But the Saints they have a great home field advantage. So I'll say toss-up. What do you think?
I'm going to give a loss here to the Vikings, even though they have a bye the next week.
Okay. All right, and as you said, by week 6, so week 7, the Vikings hosting the Colts. I'm down on the Colts this year. I have the Colts at 5.5 wins, and I believe this was a win for Minnesota, so I'll stick with that. But win for the Vikings. What do you think?
Yeah, I've got a win for the Vikings over the Colts.
Okay. Week 8 at Detroit. I had Detroit winning this game, so loss for the Vikings. What'd you have?
I also had a loss for the Vikings with Detroit winning. We both have Minnesota losing this one.
Okay. Week 9, the Vikings hosting the Bills. I just think Buffalo is too strong here. Although they had that great Bills Vikings game from 2022 where Minnesota won at the end is kind of like a miracle. I don't think it's going to happen again. I have Buffalo winning, so another loss for Minnesota. What do you have?
I'm going to go because of the defense of Minnesota. I'm going to call it a toss-up. You're going to call it a Minnesota loss?
Yes.
Yeah. If the game were in Buffalo, it would be clearly a Buffalo win. I'm going to make this a toss-up because, again, Buffalo is the kind of team that can win on the road, but they're going up against one of the best defenses they may see all season on the road in Minnesota.
Yeah. Okay. Week 10 at Green Bay. I had these as a split, so I can't remember which
you
one
had Green Bay.
had.
You had Green Bay winning the Week 10 matchup.
Okay, yeah. So I'll keep it like that. Another loss from Minnesota. What do you have?
Yeah, you had Green Bay winning, so this would be the loss. I had a toss-up in the first one, and I have a toss-up in this one.
Okay. All right.
Once again, you got Minnesota. Well, it's only November, but they're still playing outdoors.
Yeah.
And I was going to say they have the 49ers up next, but the Packers are a more important game. So
yeah.
There's no factor there.
Yeah. All right. So week 11, it's not at San Francisco. It's at Estadio Bonaparte in Mexico City.
Right.
I think the better team usually does well in international games. So Minnesota clearly inferior to San Francisco. So I'll have Minnesota losing this game.
Yeah, I've got Minnesota losing as well.
Okay. Week 12, Minnesota comes back home to play Atlanta. As I've said a few times so far, I am down on Atlanta, so I'll have Minnesota winning this game. What do you have?
I have Minnesota winning.
Okay. All right. Week 13, the Vikings hosting the Panthers. However, they do have a Thursday game coming up at the Patriots, so they could have one eye on that, given that they have the 4 days.
Yeah, but they're also at home in this game again.
Yeah, right. So I will give this a toss-up.
Yeah.
What do you have?
I've got it as a toss-up.
Okay. And then week 14, Vikings at the Patriots. Tough game in the cold, you would assume, for a team that should be playing in the cold, but they play indoors. So I think that the Patriots will win this game, so the Vikings lose. What do you have?
I'm with you on that one. Exactly same thing.
Okay. All right. Week 15, the Vikings playing the Lions at home on Sunday night. I had the Lions sweeping the series, so another loss for Minnesota. What do you have?
Let me see. I had I had this one as a toss-up.
Okay.
At home. I had them winning I had them losing at Detroit.
Okay.
In week 8 it was. And you have Minnesota losing.
Yes.
At home to Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday night game. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Week 16, Redskins go into Minnesota. I think the Redskins are so difficult to handicap because we don't know how Jane Daniels is going to fare health-wise. So if this is Daniels and the Redskins are playing well, I think Minnesota loses. But if this is Mariota, I think Mariota versus Brian Flores is such a big advantage for Flores. So I think the Vikings win. So in the end, I will say that this is a toss-up. What do you think?
Yeah, I have it for pretty much the same reasons, a toss-up. Again, I think that I think Minnesota might have some success offensively, but again, it depends on the quarterback situation. But I also think that the better defensive unit on the field will be Minnesota's.
Okay. Week 17, Vikings at the Jets. This could be a quit game for the Jets. There's a chance that their coach will be fired by now. And I don't know how seriously they're going to take this game. So I will have Minnesota winning this game. What do you think?
I'm going to have Minnesota losing this one. Well, you know what? Let me just see what I have with the Jets here.
Yeah, I'm curious about what I said too.
All right, let me.
I remember. I think I remember saying. Yeah, I think I remember saying this is like quitting time for the Jets.
You actually had it a toss-up. No, I'm sorry. No. You had it as a loss for the Jets.
Okay, yeah, Minnesota.
I had it as a toss-up.
Okay, I like staying consistent. So
I'm going to go with a loss here.
Okay. All right.
For Minnesota.
Minnesota,
and you're going with
Minnesota win. I'll stick with Minnesota win.
Okay, yeah. Let me just make sure of that, because the way the way I write this stuff down, it's not the easiest for me to read.
I think the Jets are going to be stronger than people think in the first half of the season. Yeah. But once they are eliminated,
in fact, you have the Jets' last win, I believe, in week week 7.
Yeah.
And then you have a loss or a toss-up, mostly losses. And now you do have, in week 17, you have a loss for the Jets. So you do have the Minnesota win. And I have, let me just make sure again, I have a loss for the Jets. No, I'm sorry. I was looking at Miami. I have a lot of L's there. I had a toss-up, which is, and I've turned that into a loss. I'm giving the Jets a win there.
Okay. And then week 18, I had Minnesota winning this game against Chicago. So I will stick with that. And so what do you have?
You had them winning. You had Chicago losing, and I had a toss-up, and I'm going to keep it that way again because it's a week 17 game, and who knows what's going to be the implication. So let me see here. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like I have them at 7. You show?
I have them 6.5 for you. So, it's very close though.
Yeah, you may have let me see. I should have 1, 2. I should have an even number of toss-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
So
you have
8,
7?
9, 10. That's 4. 1, 2, 3. 3 wins and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 3 and 4, 7.
Okay.
And for you, I show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yep, that's what I have. So I'm right on the number 8.5. You are a little under. Would you play 8.5 plus 110 under?
Not sure yet. I'm probably not going to make any decisions till I do my next run through.
Okay.
And see where I go with the toss-ups, because now I again we're doing this. I was doing this not to the same degree that you were, because you were doing write-ups. I was doing this sort of on my current impressions, and I have a lot of work to do, including my my schedule analysis as far as situations go. So that's why I have so many toss-ups.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We can get to NFC South. We had one comment though. Hold on. What if we like Max Brosmer 3-0 to end the year? Oh man, if it's Brosmer, that's gonna look pretty rough. Week
What's
9.
That you mean for the Vikings?
Yeah. Week 9 on the 9th. Put 9 at QB. Yeah, that's the winning sauce.
Is that Brosmer?
No, 9 is McCarthy.
McCarthy.
That's his own.
Oh, that's right.
That's a nickname for him.
Yeah.
The 49ers have to play in Australia and Mexico City. Why does Goodell hate the Niners so much? Maybe he's mad they moved out of San Francisco to Santa Clara. Maybe it's a favor though, because they had that electrical power station that they blame the injuries on. So maybe
that's right. Oh, that's
yeah. You want to get out.
Or
of there.
maybe they asked the team, do you want to go on 2 games? Now I think one of them is a home game and one of them is a road game.
Yeah, the Minnesota one's a home game, and the Rams game's a Rams game, home game. So yeah. Still, I wouldn't want to be next to that power station. So, all right.
Not for an extended period of time.
No, not any time. I've never been to California. My cousin lives out there. We call each other our twin cousins. because she's 2 days older than me. Both our moms were in the hospital at the same time. So yeah, so like it's funny. She used to always tease me. She's like, "Aha, I'm 2 days older than you," and now I text her. I'm like, "Aha, 2 more days left at this age." So it's funny how that works out. But my point is, she lives in L.A. She dates an actor who's on. He's on one of the CSIs. I don't know which one, but she's always like, "Oh, come visit me in LA." I'm like, "No, no thanks."
Why don't you want to go to LA?
California's terrible. I don't want like poop on the street, decide traffic.
You're only there for a few days.
Yeah.
And who knows? She's probably in a good area.
It's probably true. I don't know. I have no desire to go to California.
You can go to a Dodger game.
Yeah, I'll pass. I do want to see I do want to see the Pacific Ocean. So maybe I don't know.
Well,
maybe
go to San Diego.
Yeah,
that's a great city. I love San Diego.
Yeah, if I visit anywhere in California, it's probably San Diego.
Yeah. Or San Francisco.
Yeah, I would not want to go to San Francisco. So I think San Diego is the best. I would not want to go to San Francisco.
Why not?
Oh, that's the poop patrol is there.
Oh,
so much poop
that's not everywhere. You avoid those parts. Go to the suburbs.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what to do out there. What is less appealing to you, a weekend in LA or New York City? And no, you can't just leave for San Diego. I'd rather go to LA than New York City. At least you have the beach there and New York and nicer weather.
You go to New York City and visit the beaches.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
a half-hour drive to Long Island or go down the Jersey Shore.
I guess.
Which you could do anyway from where you live. Yeah, well, you would probably find a weekend in LA better because you're 3-hour drive from New York. You go there anytime you want.
Yeah, I've never been. I've never been to the state.
You've never been to New York City?
I've never been to New York State. Yeah.
Whoa.
You're surprised? I wouldn't be surprised.
Have you crossed any state lines?
I've seen you in Nevada. So yes.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, you don't need a passport to to travel within the U.S.
That's true. I do have a passport though. Because we went to Bermuda.
I honestly can't believe you've never been to New York City for anything.
Really? That is like the last place I'd ever want to go.
Concerts, Broadway shows.
I don't like any of those
sporting events.
I have never been to a concert before, and I don't like Broadway shows. So
How about sports events?
I'd rather sit at home and watch a game.
Why would you want to go to an Eagles game at the Eagles Giant? Well, that's not New York City though. Eagles at MetLife.
That's true. I've been to North Jersey, but not New York. No, I don't really like going to sports games. Like my dad, one year I bought my dad Philadelphia Flyers tickets for his birthday, and we went. And he's like, thanks for the tickets after the game. He's like, thanks for the tickets, but I'd rather watch this at home. I'm like, yeah, I feel the same way because you have to drive there. Like it's downtown Philly.
I mean, I'm that way too, but I'm 100 years old. I've had my share of going. Although I still go to game. I went to a Raiders game last year. Went to a VGK game a few months ago.
Yeah, but it's not like.
I've already got tickets for Raiders in Kansas City in the fall in October.
I feel like that's an easy drive, though. I don't know. Maybe I feel differently because I stay on the Strip every time I go to Las Vegas. But for me, like,
what's an easy drive?
To go to the
for me to go to those games?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I mean, when I go to New York and visit family. I visit my good friend in Phoenixville. I take the train.
Yeah.
It's like a 2-hour ride or hour 50, whatever it is. And we go to Phillies games or we go to Eagles games if I'm betting at that time of the year.
Mm.
Yeah. I enjoy just going to sporting events. It's just something I've always enjoyed. In fact, sometimes I go, I still have my ticket stubs from the 1969 World Series and the 69-70 Knicks. Somewhere I lost my Super Bowl III tickets, but no, I don't go as often as I used to, but I still enjoy going. And yeah, it's a hassle with the crowd and everything, but that's also part of the entertainment.
The hassle of the crowd.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just make sure where you sit, where you're out of range of a beer from the level above you.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather just watch at home and do work while I watch the game. I don't know. It's not my thing. Chris says, I thought you and Tom were going to go to a Broadway show. Hey, why don't we do an activity that we both don't like? That's what Tom said on Friday.
Oh, well, yeah. In fact, it's funny. I was just because they had the Tony Awards last Sunday.
Yeah.
And I used to go to a lot of shows when I lived in New York. And I also went to some when I was in Philly. Went to I don't know if it's still around, the Schubert Theater.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's in, I think it's Center City. I think it's down like near 1st or 2nd Street or something like that. Saw Grease.
Oh, okay.
But I was looking through the playbills that I went to. I remember seeing Dustin Hoffman on Broadway in Death of a Salesman, which, as I expected to, but we couldn't bet on it, was going to win the best revival for a drama, and did. And I remember seeing James Earl Jones in Othello, which was kind of neat on Broadway, but a while ago. And I saw The Producers, which is one of my favorite musicals of all time, Mel Brooks, and that was kind of fun there on Broadway. Saw that one, I think, a couple of times. So yeah, no, I enjoy that. It's a good release. I don't watch as much television as I used to, unless it's a sporting event, a concert or music, a game show like Jeopardy, or occasionally the news.
Okay, I watch.
Or if I want to fall asleep, I'll watch the World Cup.
I think Chris was asking us to handicap the World Cup. My dad we had his birthday dinner tonight. He's like, well, bet $5 on US to me. They're like 5,000 to 1, right? And I'm like, no.
That's why you only want to bet $5, so you don't have to fill out a lot of forms.
Right. I'm like, they're 55 to 1. He's like, wow, they have no chance. I'm like, I have no idea. I couldn't name one soccer player in the entire world.
I can't either, but I did bet the Netherlands.
Okay.
They always have a good team, and I expect them to at least make it to the round of 8.
I didn't even know they
got him. I think I got him at 22 to 1.
Okay. I don't know anything, any countries or anything. I did see that Spain is the favorite. I couldn't tell you any player on that team.
Local cable company here in Vegas, Cox, who I have my cable through, they're giving out free scarves with the logos for all the teams in the World Cup.
Oh.
So I'll need it like 2 days out of the year when it's dark.
Yeah, I was like, do you need scarves in Las Vegas?
We get cold. We get cold here. We get temperatures. Now, this past year, I don't think we had too many temperatures below freezing, but it's not unusual. We get measurable snowfall every 3 to 5 years, less overnight, and we get cold temperatures in the 20s in January.
Okay,
we didn't get that many this year.
It's like the Westgate giving out long sleeve T-shirts for every year for the past 12 years.
That's like, because they always have the air conditioning on at high.
That's true, but it's like, come on, it's like 110 degrees out. Like, why do I?
I've not heard anything official about the Westgate contest this year, although I did speak to someone from the property, and they are planning on having and running the contest, even though Caesars is supposed to take over. We don't know when that's going to be. The Nevada Gaming Commission is meeting at the end of this week to consider the partnership where Caesars will be taking over the running of the Westgate Sportsbook. It'll still be known as the Superbook, and it's expected that the contest will still be a sign up there and administered from there. And I heard that they're going to be taking reservations, applications and registrations beginning July 1st as usual. So I hope to have some more information in the next week or two, so I can send it out to you and everybody and let you know that those options will still be there, or that they're going to change. I kind of think, because they also have, you heard the news that Caesars is also being bought out by the Fertittas, and the Barry Diller company, who used to be with Paramount or one of those movie places, Disney maybe. He is he's expected to make already made a tender offer for MGM. Wow. A lot on the plate for the Gaming Commission in the next few months.
So Caesars is buying Westgate, but somebody else is buying Caesars.
They are, somebody else. Fertitta, who's with Station Casinos, he owns the Golden Nugget, Landry's Fish Restaurant or whatever it is, and the Houston Rockets. He owns that. It's a family that's been involved with the Station Casinos in Vegas. That's where they got their start like 40 years ago.
Right.
I think it's when the first Palace Station one opened. But he put in the bid for Caesars, and then Barry Diller put in the bid for MGM. So the Nevada Gaming Commission is going to have a lot on its plate. Now, as far as the Caesars partnership with Westgate, it's just for the Superbook, and they're going to take over the running of the Superbook at some point during the football season. But I believe they're going to keep the Westgate Superbook contest under Westgate supervision. In other words, the Superbook or the personnel there will be running the Superbook, but I think the lines making and the betting operations will all be transferred over to Caesars. And you'll have to we'll have to get the Caesars app, and hopefully no issues in getting our account balances transferred over and things like that. And the futures that have been written on the Westgate app will transfer over to Caesars at the prices that they were originally wagered at. And I think that that's going to all be part of what the commission is going to look at, and whether or not they approve it depends upon how good a job the attorneys make their cases for the. It's not really a merger in the case of the Westgate. It's a merger it's not even a merger in the others, because the Caesars is going to outright be bought, and MGM is going to be outright be bought.
Okay, well,
and both new owners are going to assume a lot of debt.
Oh yeah. Hopefully they spring a little extra for short sleeve shirts and not long sleeve.
Oh.
But I do anticipate there being issues. They're always
and by the way, they did announce, or at least I was told, and they haven't said anything, I don't think, is that they're not going to have the Super Contest weekend.
What? Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, that doesn't impact us, but anyway. Frittata Entertainment also took on nearly $12 billion in debt to acquire Caesars.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I forget what the MGM debt is. It's also a big number.
Please handicap the World Cup and WNBA before you sign off. Well, handicapping WNBA is easy. Just bet the under in blowouts. That wins almost every time.
You have big point spreads.
No. Bet.
What do you say?
Bet the under in live. Bet the under in the
live bet.
Blowouts.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, one-sided games. Yeah.
Yeah. When are you and Andy gonna do a live show together? Perhaps your annual Vegas trip. We'll have to see. We'll have to see about that. That is the Wednesday we won't be doing a show.
What's a live show? You mean when we're physically
situated?
Oh, okay. But this is a live show. Yeah.
Well, it's the same place. So Tom and I did.
Oh yeah.
Weeks ago.
Oh okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Andy could show up at the door like Tom did. Tom, I was parking my car. Tom's like, "Hey," I'm like, "Oh, what are you doing here?"
Oh, so he actually did not give you notice that he's coming. He just showed up.
No, he just showed up. Yeah. That was funny. It's like.
And how long did he stay?
Oh, just he left after the show. He just.
Oh, I thought maybe he stayed for 3 or 4 days, and you could have played a joke on him when he showed up at your saying, "Oh, I'm heading to the airport in 2 hours for 3 days to go to northern New Jersey because I can't go to New York City."
Right. No, he was staying with family, so it's not like I did offer, but he had family.
Where's family?
Nearby.
Same
I don't know
town,
exactly
or
about the half-hour drive.
What, do you know the town name, or
next time Tom's on us.
Okay, that'll be Friday, right?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything otherwise, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Let's transition to the NFC South.
Let me hold on a second here. Let me get to the. Okay, we're gonna start with Atlanta, I guess.
Yes. The best number for Atlanta is 7.5. The best number for Atlanta is 7.5 plus 115 at BetMGM. The best number for the under is
what's that? What? That's the over. Sorry. Over is 7.5 plus 110.
115.
115, and the under
7.5 minus 120 at Caesars.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so week 1, Atlanta opens up at Pittsburgh. We did this 2 weeks ago, and I said Pittsburgh would win this game just because, they both have new coaches, but, it's I just think that Pittsburgh has just a more.
We both had Pittsburgh winning this one.
Yeah.
I still agree with that.
Yeah.
So I've got to win, and you've got to win.
Uh-huh. Okay.
No, I'm sorry. You've got a loss, and I've got a loss for Atlanta.
Well, yeah, both losses for Atlanta. Yeah. Okay. Week 2, Atlanta hosting the Panthers. The Panthers smacked them around both times last year. I don't know if that's going to happen again. I will say that this is perhaps a toss-up. So what do you think?
Yeah, I have this one since it's at Atlanta. I have it as a toss-up. I probably will have Carolina win the home rematch.
Week 3 at Green Bay, we did this one just recently. I had the Packers winning, so a loss for Atlanta here. What do you have?
And I also had Green Bay winning this one.
Okay.
Let me just check on that because that's just on the page before, so that's easy, and we're right near the top. Yeah, I had Green Bay. Yeah, I had it both winning.
Okay. Week 4, Monday Night Football at the Saints. Big game for the Saints. This new regime having a Monday night game. I will give the win to the Saints. So a loss for Atlanta here. What do you think?
I'm with you on that one.
Okay. Loss for New Orleans. All right. This is going to be Week 5. Atlanta hosting Baltimore.
Hold on just a second. I just want to get something here. Okay, that was Carolina, and Week 4 was New Orleans. Okay.
Yeah. Week 5, Atlanta hosting Baltimore, the first of 3 straight home games. I just think Baltimore is way too strong for Atlanta. I'm pretty sure I had Baltimore winning this game when we did this. So Atlanta lost.
This is Week 5. Let me go back to Baltimore. Week 5. We had I had a toss-up. You had a win for Baltimore, but I'm going to change this to a loss for Atlanta.
Okay.
And you have you also have a loss for Atlanta.
Yeah, it's a tough 3-game homestand here with Baltimore, Chicago, San Francisco, and really could be all 3 losses. Yeah. So week 6, Chicago goes into Atlanta. I had Chicago winning this game, so Atlanta loses. What do you have?
This is week 6. I had a toss-up, and you had the Bears winning.
Yep.
So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do. This is at home versus the Bears. I'm going to call it a toss-up, and you're going to call it an Atlanta loss.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Week 7, Atlanta hosting San Francisco. San Francisco, arguably the best of these 3 teams that Atlanta's play at home. So I think Atlanta will once again lose. What do you have?
Yeah, I have the 49ers losing this one, especially even though they're a grass team, they're playing indoors on a fast track. So I think the 49ers just have too much for the Falcons.
Okay. Week 8, Atlanta at Tampa Bay. Again, Tampa Bay, horrible home field advantage for some reason. I think these teams will split, but I will have Atlanta winning in Tampa. I'll have both road teams winning. So I will have Atlanta winning this game. What do you have?
And I'm going to have Atlanta losing this game.
Okay.
And you've got Atlanta winning.
Yeah. First win.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay. Week 9.
That's interesting. You got their first win coming on the road after 3 straight home games. Okay.
Well, Tampa plays at home like they do on the road. You know what I mean. Week 9, Atlanta goes to Spain to play at Barnaby Stadium against the Bengals. The better team wins in these international games. The Bengals are clearly better. So Atlanta loses this game. What do you have?
Yeah, I'm also Atlanta with the loss here.
Okay. Week 10, Kansas City goes into Atlanta. Atlanta coming back from Spain. When you have a bad team not being able to practice, they are usually awful. I think Kansas City will smack around Atlanta. Atlanta loses the game. What do you think?
Okay, I'm going to have it as a toss-up, and you're going to have a loss for Atlanta. And the reason I'm going to go with a toss-up here is, they're coming back, but they also have their bye the next week.
Right. Okay.
Atlanta.
Right. So week 11 bye. Week 12 at Minnesota. I had Minnesota beating Atlanta, so another Atlanta loss. A lot of losses here.
This is what, week 12? Let me see. 12, Minnesota. Yeah. Week 12. Yeah, I think we both had Minnesota winning. So that would, by process of elimination, have both of us having Atlanta losing.
Yep. We don't have too many wins here.
That was Minnesota.
Yeah. Okay. Week 13, Atlanta hosting Detroit. I had Detroit beating Atlanta, so another Atlanta loss. What do you have?
And let me see what I had. This is week 13. I had a toss-up.
You had a toss-up, okay.
I had a toss-up, and you had
Atlanta loss.
Yeah, Atlanta losing. Okay.
All right. Well, week 14 at Cleveland. This is Stefanski revenge. So Atlanta finally gets a win for me. Second win of the year for sure. So Atlanta wins in Cleveland.
Yeah, let me see what I had with. This is what, week?
14.
18, 17, 16, 15, 14. Oh, okay. 18, 17, 16. Yeah, I have Atlanta winning.
Okay.
So you have Atlanta winning also?
Yes.
Okay.
Week 15 at Washington. I'll say what I said before, where it's so hard to handicap Washington just because we don't know what they're going to get out of Jane Daniels. So I'll have this as a toss-up. What do you have?
I'm going to have this as a loss.
Okay. All right. Week 16, Atlanta hosting Tampa Bay. As I said, both road teams win here. So Tampa comes into Atlanta and wins. So Atlanta loses this game. What do you have?
Okay. I had Atlanta. I had Atlanta losing the first. You had Atlanta winning the first. So I'm going to go. Yeah. So I'm also going to go a 1-1 split. So this was week 8. So I'm going to go with a win, and you're going to go with a loss.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Week 17, Atlanta hosts the Saints. I said it before. I was going to have them split. So I had the Saints winning the first one. So I have Atlanta winning the second one. What do you have?
I had the Saints winning the first one. I'll have this one as a toss-up.
Okay.
And you're going to go with the Falcons winning?
Yep.
Okay.
And the finale, week 18 at Carolina, same sort of deal. I think they will split. So I had I had Atlanta winning the first time. Oh, sorry, I had a toss-up.
Okay.
So I will have a toss-up once again. So same thing.
Okay. And I'm going to go with a loss here. I think Carolina's going to win.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. All right, let me see what I have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5.
Yep, that's what I have for you.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me use the right colored pen. And for you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5.
Nope, that's right.
Oh, okay.
We are.
For some reason, I thought you had more than I had.
No. We were neck and neck the whole time.
Oh, okay.
So we are 3 wins off here for Atlanta. Atlanta's 7.5 minus 120.
Yeah.
That look like a good play to you.
What's the quarterback situation down there?
It's either Penix or Tua Tagovailoa. So you have either a guy who's just not good or a guy who's concussed out of his mind.
Yeah.
It's not good. Not good. This team's not good.
Yeah, they're both concussion threats.
Yeah, they lost the right tackle.
Who's the backup? Who's number 3 quarterback?
I don't know. Let's look. Let's look at the
Brady
roster. Cook. Trevor Siemian, actually.
Oh, he's got some experience. Most of it.
Yeah.
Not, and very mediocre at best.
Yeah, if Siemian comes in, well, it's an auto fade. The right tackle's gone. They lost the right tackle. Which is basically their blindside guy because they're both left-handed. They only have one good receiver. Bijan's great, but their defense is not as good as I think people think. Like their defensive line just has no talent.
You're talking about Atlanta?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not a good team. So I think under 7.5 looks great. Do you agree?
I'm looking at it. It's certainly one to consider, especially at the what is it, minus 120? That's not too odious. I mean, can I think they go 8 and 9? Well, certainly not from this analysis, where I only gave them what I give them. I gave them 1. I only gave them 2 wins, so that means 5 toss-ups.
Yeah.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10 losses.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, even if they win all the toss-ups, it's still
still 7 and 10. Yeah,
right, it's still under. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it looks pretty good.
All right.
Okay. All right. We both like that. Carolina, their number is also 7.5. In fact, every team is 7.5 in this division except for Tampa. But Carolina, their best over is 7.5 minus. 7.5 plus 110, and this is at 3 books: DraftKings, BetMGM, and Bookmaker. So
okay,
over 7.5 plus 110. The best under is 7.5 minus 125 at FanDuel.
Okay.
All right. Carolina opens up against Chicago at home, and I think you had this as a toss-up, but I had this as a loss for Carolina.
Yeah, hold on a second because I got to get the schedule out here for them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Versus the Bears, week 1. Yeah, I had a toss-up in week 1.
Yeah,
toss-up, and you had the Bears winning.
So loss for Carolina.
So you're giving a loss for Carolina. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Week 2 at Atlanta. We just did this. I have a toss-up in this game. What'd you have?
I think we both had toss-ups.
Okay.
And that was Atlanta, right? So let me make a little A there.
Yep.
Toss-up we both had toss-ups. Okay.
Yep. Week 3 at Cleveland. If Myles Garrett was still there, this would be a toss-up, but no Myles Garrett anymore. So I'll have Carolina winning this game.
I do as well.
Okay.
I'm just curious to see. When I look at these games, I'm not looking for wins as much as I'm looking for how many games that I have toss-ups, because I tend to be a lot of toss-ups. I had week 3.
Yeah.
I actually had Cleveland winning in week 3.
Okay.
That was before Myles Garrett.
That was before Garrett. Yeah. Okay. Week 4, the Panthers hosting the Lions. I had the Lions win this game, so loss for the Panthers.
And let's see, this is week
4.
I had a toss-up.
Okay.
I had a toss-up, and you had the Lions winning.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Week 5 early bye, and the teams don't like that. Week 6 at Philadelphia. I think the Eagles a little too strong here for Carolina, so a loss for the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a loss, but I'm going to check to see what I did with Philly.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking about this. This is week 6.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, week 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually had it as a toss-up.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it though as a win to win to Philadelphia. So it's a loss for Carolina.
Okay.
So we're both Carolina losses in the Eagles game.
Yep. All right. Week 7, Panthers hosting the Buccaneers. I'll have the Panthers winning this game. What do you have?
Yeah, I think this could be one of those splits.
Yeah, I think so.
With the home team winning.
Mm-hmm. All right. Week 8 at Green Bay. I had this as a win for Green Bay, so a loss for the Panthers here.
Okay, week 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we both had wins for Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be double losses for Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Week 9 against Denver. Carolina coming off extra rest, which is nice. And you know how I feel about Denver. So I will have Carolina winning this game. What do you think?
I'm going to have this one as a toss-up. Okay. But let me see what I had with Denver. This is what week now?
Week 9.
Week 9. Okay. Denver. No, I don't even have what I had with Denver here for some reason.
Oh.
Well, hold on a second. Let me see here, because that would have been okay. Vegas.
I think that was the first team we did.
Okay, no. Yeah, it was, and I had it on a different page. Okay, this is what week now?
Week 9.
Week 9, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I had a toss-up. Okay. I think you also had a toss-up.
A toss-up. Well, now that I see Carolina's extra rest here, I think that
okay. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, week 9. Okay, so you're changing it to a Carolina win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because your hatred for Denver just grew a little bit more.
a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah. I didn't know I could grow anymore, but that's okay.
Apparently, yeah, it can.
Okay, so that was, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and now at the Saints.
At the Saints, Week 10, Superdome's pretty tough. Saints actually swept the Panthers last year, so I'll have the Saints winning the game. So loss for Carolina.
I'm still going to make it a toss-up.
Okay.
And you're going to make it a what? A loss for Carolina?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Week 11, Baltimore coming into Carolina. I think this could be a game where, Baltimore gets tripped up a little bit and maybe loses. I will have this as a toss-up. What do you think?
Yeah, me too. I could see Carolina winning. I'm not sold on the Ravens all that much.
Yeah, me either.
I mean, I still think they're. I think I could see both of these teams being 9-8, 10-7.
Yeah, with their center situation, their interior lines looks very sketchy to me.
Yeah, but by the time they get to this point of the season, those issues, if they're going to be corrected, would have been corrected by then.
Yeah, if. Right. Okay, so we have Week 12 at Tampa. I said this will be a split, so this is a loss here for Carolina.
What was the first Tampa meeting? What week was that?
It was Week 7.
Okay, yeah, and I had Carolina winning that, and I'm going with a Carolina loss in Week 12, and you are also?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Week 13 at Minnesota. I had this as a toss-up beforehand, so what do you have?
This is Week 13.
Mm-hmm.
We both had it as toss-ups.
Okay.
So I'll keep it the same.
Okay.
Especially, again, because it's on the road.
Yeah.
If we're at home, I think I'd like Carolina, because I do think Carolina's the better football team this year.
Yeah, you could argue that, yeah. All right, Week 14, the Panthers hosting the Saints. I said this will be a split, so I will have Carolina winning this game.
This is what, week 14?
14, yeah.
So they played in Week 10.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just do that. Okay. And now they're versus the Saints, and let's see. And okay, you had the Saints winning in Week 10, and now in this one you're having
of Carolina winning this one.
Okay, and I had it as a toss-up. I'm going to have this one as a toss-up again.
Okay. All right. Week 15, the Bengals come into Carolina. I think the Bengals a little too strong for the Panthers here. We both love the Bengals, so I'll have the Panthers losing.
I'm still going to have this as a toss-up. Okay. You're going to have them. Well, this is what, against the Bengals. This is Week 15. You're going to have Carolina losing.
Yeah.
And that's to the Bengals. Let me see what I had on the Bengals. This is Week 15.
Mm-hmm.
15. 1, 2, 3. I actually had Cincinnati losing, so I'm moving him.
Oh, wow.
I'm moving it up a grade to a toss-up.
Okay.
You had a toss-up in the first in Cincinnati. Okay. Yeah.
All right, then I'll stick with toss-up then.
Oh, okay. You don't have to. We keep it as loss. Well, I'm changing.
Well, I mean, I probably had a good reason for that with Cincinnati, because I like Cincinnati a lot.
Well, so. I know you also like. I know you like both, but I'll put you down as a toss-up then.
Okay. Yeah. This would be a toss-up.
I mean, I'm assuming that's what you want to do.
Yeah. I want to be this to be toss-up.
Okay.
Okay. Week 16 at Pittsburgh. I think Carolina will win this game. I think the Steelers could be like the Jets and just tank at the end of the year. So Carolina wins.
Week 16.
16, yeah.
That's another one. Yeah, okay, yeah. You had Pittsburgh losing. I had it as a toss-up, so I'll keep it the same. So I'll keep it as a toss-up for Carolina, and you'll have it as a win for Carolina.
Yep.
Yeah, because remember, I think that was our biggest disagreement. Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Where it's 8.5 for me and 4 for you. So okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's now Week 17.
Week 17, the Panthers hosting the Seahawks. I think Seattle a little too tough for them, although it is a tough spot between the Rams games. So I don't know if I had a toss-up or a win here, but definitely not a win for the Panthers. So I would say Carolina loss. I think that's what I had.
Okay.
Pretty sure that's what I had.
And let me see. This is week
17.
Let me go back to see what I had for the Rams. I had it as a toss-up. I had the Rams in a toss-up. You had the Rams in a win. So I'll go with a toss-up again.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. In the Seattle game. The game in between the Rams.
Yeah.
For Seattle. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. And then week 18 against Atlanta, I had this as a toss-up. So that'll remain the case.
Okay, and I had it as a loss for Atlanta, so I'll give Carolina a win.
Okay.
Okay, and you're giving it a toss-up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5.
Yeah, that's what I have for you.
Okay. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8.5.
I have 7.5.
Oh, let me try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have you with a win in week 3, a win in week 4, a win in week 7.
No. I definitely don't have the Panthers beating Lions.
Which
week 4?
Week is that?
Week 4.
Week 4. Let me see what you had with Detroit.
Yeah, I definitely had Detroit winning.
Yeah, you had Detroit winning. Okay, so Carolina was a loss in week 4.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let me do that again now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5.
Yep, right on the number.
You're right on the number, and I'm 1 win over the number.
Yeah, so we don't really like anything there from a
right
betting.
now. No, yeah, right now.
Yep. Okay, 2 more teams to
if
go.
If I had to take a look though, I've got a lot of. I think I said 1, 2. I only had 3 wins for Carolina, so that means I had 9 toss-ups. And I have a feeling I'm going to have Carolina winning. Probably 4 or 5. Well, probably a little bit more than that of the toss-ups because I think they're going to end up. I probably have them as a 9 and 8 team, but we'll see what happens when I do a closer analysis. Okay, New Orleans.
All right, New Orleans. The best number for them was
What's the total?
7.5.
Oh, that's right. You said they're all 7.5.
Yeah, except for Tampa. The best number for the over is 7.5 minus 120 at FanDuel, DraftKings, and Caesars. So
okay,
3-way tie there. The best number for the under is 7.5 plus 113 at Bookmaker.
Okay.
All right. Week 1.
So they seem the slightly leaning more towards the over than the under as far as the best and worst. Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. So week 1 at Detroit. We talked about this already. I believe we both had Detroit winning, so losses here for the Saints.
Was this is where now? This is the Saints we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get that schedule up here. And okay, we had at the Lions. And let me go back for that in week 1. Yeah, we both had Detroit winning, so these are both losses for Detroit. Right, you had a loss?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, week 2 at Baltimore. Tough start here. 2 tough road games. I have Baltimore winning this game, so another loss for the Saints. What do you think?
I had Baltimore winning this game. So we both have losses for the Saints in their first 2 games. 0-2 start.
Yep, but they play at home in week 3.
That's when we start making future plays on them.
Yeah.
After week 2.
Yeah. Week 3, Saints hosting the Raiders. I will have the Saints winning this game in the Superdome. What do you have?
I also have a win.
Okay. Week 4, Saints hosting the Falcons. We just did this. I have the Saints winning this game. What do you have?
Let me get it on over here. Also a win. So both
Okay.
of us we're identical. We're both have them 2-2 and with the same win, same results in all 4 games.
Yep. It's funny. Week 5, Saints hosting the Vikings. So 3rd straight home game. I actually had this as a toss-up when we did Minnesota, so I'll stick with that.
Let me see what I had in this one. 1, 2. This is week 5.
Yeah.
I had the Saints winning, and you had a toss-up.
Yeah.
And we're okay. So I have the Saints winning, and you've got a toss-up. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Week 6 at the Giants. I think this could be a toss-up. I think these are pretty close.
This is week 6.
Yeah.
We both had toss-ups when we did the Giants.
Yeah, makes
I
sense.
see no reason. I see no reason to change, and you also see no reason to change. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Week 7. Steelers. The Saints play the Steelers in France, the Stade de France in Paris, France.
Okay.
And Tom said, who's I assume he's sleeping right now, but Tom, once you listen to this in the future, you told me to mark it down that the Saints are not going to lose to the Steelers in France. So I will have the Steelers winning. I have the Saints winning this game against the Steelers.
This is week 7.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
I had to mark it down. Yeah.
Yeah, I had Saints winning.
Yeah, me too.
Especially in France.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a win and I have a win for the Saints in week 7.
Yep. All right. Week 8 is a bye. Week 9, the Saints host the Browns. This
okay,
is
hold on a second. Let me just catch up here.
Yeah.
Okay, week 8 is the bye.
Yeah. Week 9, Saints host the Browns. And no Myles Garrett here to ruin Chuck's day, so I'll have the Saints winning this game.
And let me go back to that page. Week 9, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I show us both with wins in this game.
Okay.
For the Saints.
Okay. Week 10, Saints hosting the Panthers. I had the Saints winning this game just a few minutes ago. What did you have?
This is against the Panthers?
Mm-hmm.
Right. You had the Saints winning. I had it as a toss-up, and I'm going to keep it as a toss-up.
Okay.
This is at home, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, and you have a Saints win?
Uh-huh.
Okay, and that's Carolina. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Week 11 at Chicago. This is the tricky game for Chicago because they have to play Thanksgiving in 4 days against Detroit. So I had this as a toss-up when we did the Chicago game about 2 hours ago.
You're going to keep that the same?
Yeah, I'll keep it the same toss-up.
And I had Chicago losing this one. I had Chicago winning this one.
Okay.
So it's a loss for the Saints, and you have a toss-up.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Week 11. Okay, week 12.
Week 11. Week 12 at Cincinnati. Bengals too strong here. I think the Saints will lose this game.
I'm going to go back and see. This is week 12 because it was a while since we did Cincinnati. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I had a toss-up, and you had the Saints winning, I believe.
I had the Saints winning in Cincinnati?
Well, that's what I think. That's what I'm showing here. I may have marked it down wrong, but
wow.
I'm going to go with the toss-up.
What were the circumstances there? Wait,
I don't know.
Let me see did they have are they coming back from something?
I don't remember. I just marked down what I thought you said. But it's a lot of sometimes you say so I have the Bengals winning when we're talking about some other team, so I may have gotten it wrong there, but that's
I stopped saying that. I completely stopped.
That was I think last week. Yeah. So
we
did this one. I think this was our second. I think this was our second week that we did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have it as a this is what I say week 12.
Yeah, week 12. I have the Saints losing at Cincinnati.
Okay, well, I'm going to go back and check this one. Then since I can make the win there now.
I'll have to rewatch. I'll have to rewatch from 2 weeks ago and see what I said.
Okay, you're probably right. I would tend to think that I probably wrote it down wrong.
Yeah, well, that's good. We'll do this again. So.
Yeah. Okay, week 12. Okay.
Yeah.
Week 13, which is now in December.
Yeah, I had this as a toss-up when we did this about an hour ago. So, still sticking 13. With the toss-up there.
I had the Packers losing this one, and you had it as a toss-up. So I have the Saints winning this one, and you have it as a toss-up.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Week 14 at the Panthers, I had this as they win for the Panthers. So the Saints lose this game.
And I had this again as a toss-up, as I did the first time. And you have the Saints winning this one, correct?
I have yeah. No. I have the Panthers winning, so the Saints losing. Saints lose this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. You had the W on the Carolina. That's okay. There we go. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So I have a toss-up, and you have the Saints losing. Okay.
Okay. Week 15, Saints.
Hold on, just a second here. Yeah. Hold on. I've got to get a power cord for the schedule here.
Okay. No problem. All right. So let's see if there are any comments that we missed. Let's see here. Best promotion on Streambo. There it goes. Ada Lovelace, the world's first computer programmer. I love the half-win concept. Toss-up games. Definitely going to use that when I get around to my season projections. Yeah, I like it. I like it, especially this early in the summer. I just think that it's a good time for toss-ups, but later you might want to just tighten that up and just go win losses eventually. But for now, I think toss-ups make the most sense to me. Okay. Anyway, we have because I know that the important business out of the way. Thoughts on postponing tonight's topic, so you two can give a full breakdown on the World Cup now. No thanks you. No thank you on that. So.
Okay. What was that last comment you just took down? Because I just caught it as I was getting back here.
We were asked to break down the World Cup, so I said.
Oh, no. That's right.
So, all right, we're at week 15 at Tampa Bay.
All right, hold on just a second. Let me get back here. Week 15.
Week 15. Week 15 at Tampa Bay.
15. Okay, yeah, at Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
And this is for the Saints. Yeah, well, that's right. We haven't done Tampa Bay yet. That's right. This is the first of. This is the first of two meetings. Okay.
Yep.
At Tampa Bay, I'm going to make this a toss-up.
And I'll have this as a win for the Saints.
A win for the Saints. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just let I mean, it's going to be playing on natural grass and good climate, of course. But I'm going to have the Saints winning the rematch.
Okay, I'll Tampa winning the rematch. So we're both getting to the same destination.
We're going to get the same results. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right, week 16, Saints hosting the Cardinals. Cardinals stink. Saints win this game. What do you think?
You just said it. I wrote down both of us before you said yours.
Nice.
Now that's not true of week 17 and 18.
Yeah, 17 at Atlanta. I had Atlanta winning this game in the rematch. So Saints lose here.
So you had St. Louis. This is where, at Atlanta? Yeah, okay.
At Atlanta, yeah.
Yeah, and I had it as a toss-up, and I'm still going to make it a toss-up.
Okay. And then week 18, the Saints hosting the Buccaneers. I will have the Saints winning this game. I'll have the Buccaneers winning this game. What do you think? And I think you have Tampa.
18, 17, 16, 15 was the first. I had it as a toss-up in week 15.
So
right at Tampa, I had it as a toss-up. I have them winning in week 18. The Saints.
Okay.
And what do you have the Saints doing in week 18?
I have them losing.
On
week 15.
Okay. You have no.
Week 15. Week 15, I have the Saints winning, and the week 18, I have the Saints losing.
Okay, yeah. Week 15, you have New Orleans winning, and in week 18, you have them losing, and I have the Saints winning. So well, I had the Saints a toss-up and a win. You have them a win and a loss.
Yes.
All right. So let me see what I've got here for both of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have the Saints at 11.
Oh, I had them at 10.5 for you, but maybe
I'll go back over that in a moment. Let me go back. No, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have them with 8 wins and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 toss-ups. So that would be 11.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Well, that is it's a great number. So what do you have for me?
Okay. I have you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and a half.
I have myself at 9, so I wonder what went wrong there.
I have you with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 wins. I have you with a toss-up in week 5.
Yes.
A toss-up in week 6.
Yeah.
So. And a toss-up in week 11.
8, 9, 10, 11. At Chicago. Yeah, I have that as a toss-up. Yeah.
I have you a toss-up in week 13.
Against Green Bay, yeah.
And that's the last one.
So 4 toss-ups?
That's what I'm showing, yeah.
So it would have to be a whole number then, right?
Yeah, as I said, I think I said 9. 1, 2, 3,
I thought you said
4,
9.5.
5, 6, 7. No, 8.
I thought you said 9.5, but if you said 9, then that's
wait a second. I was looking at mine. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, hold on a second here. Let me get this back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7.5, 8, 8.5. I have 9.
Yeah, 9. That's
7 wins and 9. And yes, 7 wins and 4 toss-ups.
Yep.
We're both
9.
over, and I'm considerably over.
Yeah, you are 3.5 over.
Yeah.
So you love the 7.5 minus 120 then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like it too. We both like the Saints this year.
Yeah, and now Tampa Bay.
Yep, Tampa Bay, last team that we're doing. The number is 8.5. As I said, the only team that's 8.5 in this division. The best number is actually it's the same for the over and under. It's 8.5. Sorry. Yeah. No, I'm wrong. 8.5 plus 115 is the best number for the over. Yeah, 8.5 plus 115 for the over at Bookmaker, and the best number and the best under is 8.5 minus 125 at Caesars and DraftKings. So plus 115 minus 125. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and we begin Tampa's schedule at Cincinnati, and you know what happens to the Bengals in weeks 1 and 2. So
yeah, but I don't know that I cared about that this year. I think we had a difference on that one. So let me go back.
Yeah.
So I think you had Tampa winning.
I did. Yeah, and I'll have that again.
And actually, you had a toss-up.
Toss-up. Okay. All right.
I had Cincinnati.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I had Cincinnati winning, and you had a toss-up.
Okay.
So I will have Tampa Bay losing, and you will have what? You want to go with the toss-up?
Yeah, I'll go toss-up.
Or Tampa Bay win?
No, I'll go toss-up.
Okay. All right.
That's fine. All right. Week 2, we have Tampa hosting the Browns. No Garrett. 1 o'clock game could be very hot for the Browns.
Okay, hold on a second, because I got to get that schedule up here.
Yeah.
Okay, versus Cleveland.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious what I said there, but I had we both had Cleveland lose.
Yeah, and that was
so are you going? I'll still go with Tampa Bay winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
So you're sticking with that with Tampa Bay winning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Week 3, Tampa hosting Minnesota. I had this as a toss-up, so I'll stick with that.
And I did as well because it's at Minnesota.
Mm-hmm. All right. Week 4, Tampa hosting the Packers. I had this as a loss for Green Bay, so this is a win for Tampa Bay.
And this is week 4. Yeah, I think we both had wins for Tampa.
Okay. All right. Week 5 at Dallas on Thursday Night Football. So short travel here for Tampa. big advantage for Dallas. I will have Dallas winning, so Tampa loses this game.
And I was right with you on that one. And I'm still there.
All right. 10 days later, week 6, Tampa hosting the Steelers. You know my stance on the Steelers. I think they stink this year, and Tampa has good rest advantage, so I'll have Tampa winning this game. What do you have?
Yeah, hold on. I need to get back in here again. Yeah, let me get back here. We're doing the Buccaneers, so let me get their schedule. Okay, this is week 6. Let me go back to Pittsburgh. I had a toss-up, and you had a Tampa win.
Yeah, and I'll stick with it.
Okay.
All right. Week 7 at Carolina. I had Carolina winning this game, so Tampa loses here.
I think. Okay, so what do you have now?
Tampa loses. Tampa lost.
Oh, because I showed you with a loss for Carolina in this one. Oh no! Wait a second. No, I was looking at the week 7. Yeah, we both had Carolina winning.
Yeah.
So we both have Tampa losing here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Week 8, Tampa hosting Atlanta. I had this as a toss-up. What'd you have?
Versus the Falcons. See, I showed that you had Atlanta winning this one.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. You're right. I was looking at the wrong one. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with that.
I had Atlanta losing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have Tampa Bay winning.
Yeah. You're right. Okay. Week 9 at Chicago. I had this as a toss-up. And
this is week 9. We both had them as toss-ups.
Yep.
So we're gonna keep it. You're gonna keep the toss-up.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Week 10 is a bye, and week 11 is that game that Horse Chris was talking about with Detroit, and I had this as a toss-up. So we will like
this game. Okay, week 10 is the bye. Week 11 is at Detroit. Week 11.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think we both showed it as a toss-up.
Yep, that makes sense.
You're keeping it as a toss-up?
I am.
Okay.
Okay. Week 12, the Buccaneers hosting the Panthers on Monday Night Football. I have this as a Tampa Bay win.
Yeah, I think I do as well because I'm showing losses for both of us for the Carolina.
Okay.
And that was Tampa playing Carolina. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Week 13, Tampa hosting the Chargers. I think the Chargers are too strong here, so a loss for Tampa Bay.
I'm going to make this one a toss-up.
Okay.
And I know you like Harbaugh and all that. You're gonna give the win to the Chargers, right?
Yeah, I'm surprised that you don't like the Chargers here. I know you're a big fan of them this year.
Oh, I am, but well, let me see. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let me see what I gave to him. I'm guessing because I also respect Tampa. I'm gonna guess that I gave. This is what now? Week what?
This is week 13.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did give the Chargers a win.
Okay.
But I'm gonna keep it as a toss-up. We both gave the Chargers a win.
All right. Okay. Week 14 at Baltimore. I'll have Tampa losing this game.
I'm gonna suggest that I probably had it as a toss-up, but let me see. This is week 14. Or week 14.
Week 14.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I had Baltimore as a win, so I'll keep that here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Week 15, the first meeting against the Saints.
So you also had the Ravens winning that one, right? So a loss for Tampa.
Tampa lost. Tampa lost. Yeah.
Okay.
Week 15, the first meeting against the Saints. I had the Saints winning this one, so this is a loss for Tampa Bay in the first meeting. So loss. What do you have?
Okay, and I had a toss-up, which I'll keep.
Mm-hmm.
And you have this as a loss for Tampa.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Week 16 against Atlanta. I had Tampa Bay winning this game on the road. So what do you have? I think you had Atlanta win this game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, hold on a second here. This is okay, this was New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is the second meeting with Atlanta.
Yeah.
And you had the Falcons winning the first meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So what are you doing this time?
I had Tampa winning this one.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So you had Atlanta with a win. I had Atlanta with a loss. No, I had Atlanta with a win. So this is a loss for Tampa for me. This is at Atlanta, I assume. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 more games to go. Week 17, the Rams go into Tampa Bay. I'll have the Rams winning here. So Tampa loses this game once again.
Okay, this is week 17. I actually had it a toss-up, but I'm going to go with the Rams getting the win here. So I'm going to make this a loss for Tampa. And you have it as a loss for Tampa?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then week 18, Tampa at the Saints. I will have Tampa winning this one.
You have Tampa winning at the Saints?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Saints winning this one. So it'll be you had the Saints losing this game.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have when we did New Orleans, you had the Saints winning here. I'm sorry, you had the Tampa Bay winning here.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
So so it's a win for Tampa for you?
Yep.
Okay. And I guess, why did I show a win for? No, that's right. I had a win for New Orleans, so I have a loss for Tampa here. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let me see. I show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I show 7 for Tampa.
I had you 6.5, but maybe I'm just off.
Let me tell you who I had. I had 1, 2, 3, 4. I had 4 wins. I had a toss-up in week 3, a toss-up in week 7. That makes 4.
Mm-hmm.
Toss-up in week 9, and a toss-up in week 11, which makes 5. Toss-up in 13, a toss-up in 15, which makes 6.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say? I had 6?
6.5.
6.5. Okay, let me see here then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm showing 6 toss-ups. And 1, 2, 3, 4 wins. Yeah, I'm at 7.
Oh, 7. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So you may have a loss instead of a win or something.
Yeah.
For me. Okay, for you, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have you at 8.
Yep, that's what I have. Okay. And I'm right on the number. Basically, it's 8.5. Yeah. So I don't like this as a play, and you might get a little bit more.
I was looking a little bit at the under since I have them at 7.
Yeah.
And I think that New Orleans and Carolina are the 2 best teams in the division.
Yeah.
And yet Tampa Bay has a higher number, and I don't think that Atlanta is as good as either Carolina, New Orleans, or Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in fact, let me just see. When I did the podcast with Jim Feist the other day, I think
I'll have to listen to that one.
Yeah, I think. In fact, we had Atlanta at 6.5 at that total. 7.5, 7.5, 8.5, and I think my division: New Orleans, Carolina, Tampa Bay, Atlanta. Let me see how it works out with my win total here. I had.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, New Orleans, Carolina, Tampa Bay, Atlanta. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just like to know because I'm doing it at different times and I'm not thinking about what I did the previous time. I'm giving it a fresh look, and I like to at least be consistent in the way I order the teams.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, you got there.
That division
so.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it looks like the best play we had today was either Detroit over or Atlanta under. Yeah, and for me personally, Green Bay under as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, some good plays.
Yeah, and Green Bay 9.5. So I lean under, but I don't know that I'm going to play it.
Oh, and Saints over as well.
Yeah, Saints over.
Saints over too. Yeah.
Although your Saints over is only 1.5.
Yeah, but I could see myself getting to 10 potentially. Yeah. So and it's
well, your bet. The way you ranked the division, you had New Orleans at 9, Tampa Bay at 8. I may be wrong in some of these.
Yeah, you're right.
Carolina at 7.5.
Yeah.
And Atlanta at 4.5.
Yeah, that's how I have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens when we don't have the toss-ups later, which would be interesting.
Yeah.
So,
the only thing I may have the toss-ups would be where I have them in week 18, and I likely would not change if it's a win or a loss in the first meeting.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If I like Arizona, it's going to be a loss in week 18. I don't know. I probably had a few toss-ups, but I don't think I had them. I couldn't have. I had to have them in loss because it's a division game in week 18.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do we do? 3 hours and 5 minutes.
Not
even
bad,
with the late start.
Yeah, not bad. So,
the Knicks did come from behind and win that game, right? A dream.
Does that happen? Pinching myself now. I think
that's what I told you. I had a dream that they were down by a big number and came back to win, and then I found out that they were down by a big number and came back to win.
Yeah, right. I withdrew the money from the sportsbook account and I bought a blue Shohei Ohtani so rare card. So
what card?
A blue Shohei Ohtani so rare card. Those digital card. Yeah, there's digital cards. There's digital cards where you play, you enter them into tournaments, and you can win money.
Yeah.
So I bought one of those with the prize.
Now it's a digital. What makes it a unique digital card?
Well, there are only 10 of them.
It's a digital card. Anyone can make a copy of a digital card.
No, it is it has a specific address on the blockchain.
Yeah, but how do we know that it can't be changed or copied or
Yeah, but there's only
manipulated. There are people who can hack that stuff.
No, it's a certain number that you can enter into the contests. It's only 135 people.
No, but I'm saying that somebody could create a digital card on their own if they're a good enough code breaker. And there are a lot of those out there.
I don't think they'd be able to do that because then there would be more than 10 cards of Ohtani in the contest.
That's the whole point.
Right, but that'd be easy to spot. If you're running this contest, you see there's more than 10 Ohtanis, then it's invalid.
Well, yeah, but who do you know? Suppose they show 15. Who do you know? Where do you know? How do you distinguish the 10 real ones from the 5 fake ones?
Well, because if they're more than 10, you'd be like, wait, that's not possible. And so if
somebody created one on their own and got it fed in the system.
Yeah, but it's like that hasn't happened on this. I've never seen that
yet.
Before. No, I don't think
all these digital things are relatively new. Wait 5 years. You'll see so much fraud and inconsistencies.
I don't.
You're talking with inanimate fake stuff. There's nothing behind it.
No, there is. It's on the blockchain.
Okay.
It's a specific address. If it's an invalid address, it's not going to show up as being valid to enter a contest. Like it has to have match.
What if somebody has a coin and they create 5 more with the same address?
You can't have something on the same address.
If you're able to hack the system, you can make some changes.
No, but it's already on the address. It can't occupy the same space. Yeah.
All right.
So hopefully that'll be a nice win. Hopefully, I just need to win one.
What's the value of the So Rare?
Depends what tier. This Otani, it was auctioned off at around $1,500.
Oh.
So.
And would you win it as for a contest?
Well, no, I paid $1,200 for it, but I had like a $600 coupon, so
I
was able to get it cheaper than most people. But
and how liquid is the market?
I don't care about the market. I just need to win a contest. I just need to win once, and it pays it off. Actually, if I get top 3, it'll pay off. They believe. Well, no.
Yeah, but don't you want it to go up in value and get rid of it at some point?
No. It's that I just need to win. I need to get top 2, and it'll pay itself off.
What do you mean pay itself off?
The second place will be.
No, yeah, but I'm saying that what's the value of that Otani card, digital card to you?
Right now,
how much could you sell it for if you wanted to sell it?
Probably about the same price right now.
Okay, well, so so are you going to sell it or are you going to hold on to it?
I'm going to hold on to it and try to get if like I said.
Oh, forget about trying to get another one. We're talking about the one that you already have.
No, not another one. I'm trying to get in the top 2 of a contest.
And what'll that do? How does that relate to the Otani card you already have?
Because the Otani card's in the contest. Here,
what do you mean in the contest?
I entered it into the contest. Here.
Yeah, that's where I don't follow it.
Here, I'm gonna put on.
You entered it in what to cover an entry fee or something?
No, here. So you here, right here. I don't know if you can see the screen here.
Yeah.
This is my team. I have Otani, Soto, Buxton, Terang, Alvarez, Yamamoto, and I'm going to try to get a better reliever. And so you enter here, and you can win prizes depending on how high you finish. And so first place is about $4,000. Second place is about, I think.
How trustworthy are the contest operators? Are they bonded?
What do you mean bonded?
Put the money up somewhere.
I mean, if you win,
with a trustee or something.
Oh well, no, you don't pay any money to enter the contest. You just have to have the cards to enter. So
yeah, and then there was prize fund. Yeah.
So it's a $0 entry fee. So
okay. You know what? I'm not going to get involved in it. So
no, they pay it out within 12 hours of winning. So
that's until the Ponzi scheme or however they run it is scheduled to end. But we'll see.
I won a contest about a month ago. I got paid out.
Well, once you get paid out, that's fine. It's when you don't get paid out after they decide to close up shop.
Well, I mean, anything can happen there, but you know.
Well, there's no regulation, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
There's no federal regulation. How many of these places are U.S. based versus international based?
I don't know, but they've been running for 4 years and they've never screwed anyone over. That's not a long time.
So. Well, 4 years. 4 years. It takes 4 years to develop some goodwill and some, presence. Companies don't just go open a shop for a week or two and then disappear. They build up, they grow the base, and then at some point, that's how all these schemes end up falling apart. What do you call it? Saturate the market.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then people at the end are left hanging.
I guess, but I mean they're doing well, so I don't know why they would suddenly do that because they keep making more money. So I don't know why they would drag anyone now. Well, I mean, you could see it by the people buying the cards,
Yeah. Who do they buy the cards from?
They make the cards. You buy the people in this buy them.
Okay. All right. I wish you good luck.
So that lineup looks good, right? I mean, baseball. Lineup looks good, right?
It's not the lineup I'm concerned about.
What are you concerned about? They've given out prize 4
years.
twice a week for 4 years. Yeah.
All right.
And they've done it for basketball too. So
okay. Like I say, I don't get involved in that. I have no interest in it.
Okay.
It's a generational thing.
Yeah, I guess so. And I don't know. It's like DFS. I mean, DraftKings could do the same thing.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah.
But they're regulated. They're regulated by states.
Yeah.
So if you have a complaint, you've got a a known existing remedy to contest it or file your complaint and have it dealt with, because it's regulated. They have to be licensed by the state. I'm not so
Right.
sure that this type of contest, if you have a grievance, how does it get resolved?
I don't know. I've never had one.
If it's a major grievance, not a small grievance, but suppose you're owed $50,000, who do you go to if they say, "Oh, we're just not paying"?
I don't think anyone's ever been owed that much
offshore
money
sports books.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone's. That's it.
I don't think anyone's been owed that much money on here.
Well, at some point they might, if these things continue to grow.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm just saying, if there's no regulation, not that I'm all that big on regulation, but you do want to be protected in case something goes wrong. There are a lot of bad actors out there.
Oh, of course, yeah.
In almost every walk of life.
Oh, yeah.
And yet you don't know it because they've got a good game. They talk a good game and they make it very convincing. That's part of the whole, the whole setup is, to be convincing. I tend to be, I'm not as skeptical as I say, but maybe it's lack of familiarity or just seeing too many loopholes in there that if you have a grievance, you might be out of luck. Yeah. You hope you never have it, and I hope it never happens. But history says at some point it will. Because everybody, when these things are discovered, I never could believe it. They were so honest. I never had a problem getting my money. Okay, but it probably wasn't a very large amount. Hold on here, but my camera. Yeah. There we go. It's just I have difficulty grasping the concept that makes it 100%.
Yeah. Well, if they would rug it, it doesn't make sense for them to do it now. They're not making.
It makes sense to do it when it makes sense for them to do it whenever they feel like it.
Well, yeah, but they're making more money than they're losing right now. So, like, why would they do it now? Well, if they eventually are making a lot of money, I don't know. If they could eventually like rug someone for a lot of money, like not just $4,000, like then it makes sense. But if the grand prize is $4,000, then
that's not gonna do it for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
make it $400,000. That's now you got a different story.
Right. But
we'll see.
Yeah.
But you'll see. I won't be following it. I will rely on you to tell me.
Yeah, you'll see because I'll talk about it.
We're still alive. Yeah, we're still alive. I won this contest and they paid me. That's good.
I've won four figures on this several times. Yeah. So and they always pay you out the next
how long?
morning.
What are the contests? Weekly contests?
Semi-weekly. So Monday through Thursday and then Friday through Sunday.
Oh, okay. So like a typical 90-80% of the series, Monday through Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
What do you accumulate points? Is it like a regular fantasy?
Yeah, you get points for single, double, triple, home run, RBI, stolen base, etc.
Now, as far as and how many players on your team that are active?
This is the team right here. Seven guys. Yeah, 7 guys. Ohtani, Soto, Buxton, Tarang, Alvarez, Yamamoto, and Lee. And I could stop. This is the second team I have.
So what is it? So how many batters and how many pitchers? Or you can do it any way you want.
It is so you have to start. You have to start a starting pitcher. You have to start a relieving pitcher. Right. You have to start a corner infielder, which is first and third. A middle infielder, which
second
is second,
or short,
or catcher.
So that's 4. Oh, what is it? Or a catcher or a catcher?
Or catcher, yeah.
That's with the middle infield group.
That's the middle infield, yeah.
Okay, so that's 4 players.
Then you have to start an outfielder.
That's 5.
Then you have to start a flex hitter. So any hitter, it could be any of those other 3 positions.
Oh, okay. So any offensive player. Okay.
Yeah. That's 6.
So you theoretically, if you wanted to, you could have. Well, I haven't asked that question yet, but go ahead. I'll ask it in a bit.
Yeah,
and that's 5.
That's 6. The flex hitter is number 6.
Hitter.
Flex hitter is number 6, and then number 7 is flex anything. So it could be a starting pitcher, relief pitcher, infielder, outfielder. So you could technically have 2 starting. pitchers.
So the difference between 6 and 7 is that 6 has to be a flex hitter, and 7 can be anything.
Yeah. That's right. And usually the hitters score more points than the pitchers, so you
right.
want it to be a hitter. So that's why Buxton right here is the flex anything. And Ohtani's the flex hitter.
If you could play it with no pitchers, you do it.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Especially relief pitchers score the worst. So
okay, now you buy the player for actual cash.
You buy the card. Yeah, you buy the card for cash, or you could trade with other people on there.
Right. Okay. Is there a salary cap?
No, not well. There is for basketball, but not for baseball.
So you can buy a win in baseball.
Yes.
And how are the prices determined on the cards?
By the open market, whatever people are willing to pay for it.
Oh, so you put in a bid?
Yeah, there are auctions and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, now so for example, what'd you say? There's only 10 Ohtani cards available?
Yeah, for this season. Yeah.
Now is that for Ohtani hitter, Ohtani pitcher?
Both. Well, yeah, you have to designate him. You could play him as pitcher, but then you don't get the hitting stats, or you play him as hitter and you don't get the pitching stats. So you have to decide with him. He's a special case.
Oh. See, I would think they should have an Ohtani hitter and an Ohtani pitcher.
Yeah.
So that if you wanted to get both, you could. But I guess that might be. And I know a lot of. I think some fantasy leagues or whatever have issues with Ohtani as offense and defense. Offense.
Yeah, on DraftKings when they do the daily fantasy, if Ohtani is pitching, they literally say Shohei Ohtani's pitching, he will not score points as a hitter today.
Okay, and vice versa.
Right. Well, yeah. If he's not pitching, then he will.
Well, actually, it's only one way, because if he's hitting, he won't be pitching.
Right. If he's not pitching, then he will.
There's no pitching stats to collect.
Right.
It's when he is pitching. There's pitching stats to collect and hitting stats to collect, but you can't collect the hitting stats because he's pitching.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And there's no salary cap. It's whatever you want to invest.
Yeah, that's why this team is stacked here.
Now the money that you paid, is that real cash that you paid for these guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So and then the second team's pretty good.
So then you probably. So how much was Ohtani that you paid for?
I ended up paying $1,200.
Okay. So your entire lineup probably, what, maybe 5,000-6,000 total?
Less than that for sure. Because you can win coupons and discounts here. So I would say
that you can use for bidding for players.
Yeah, I would say that this probably is like $4,000.
So in other words, for Ohtani at $1,200, you may have paid $800 in cash and $400 in coupons.
No, the price for him was $1,900.
Okay.
But I ended up paying $1,200, and I had $700 in coupons.
Oh, okay. It was the same thing though. So in other words, his $1,900 is made of actual cash that you pay out and coupons. And how do you get the coupons?
You win them. They have daily things that you can enter and win. You can win essence, which you make to. If you have 1,000 essence, you can make new cards.
Now that's what, in the same league.
Yeah, it's that's, remember that video I had where I was choosing. I
didn't really pay close attention to it, but I remember, when you were picking a card and for pick a third baseman on top or something like that.
Yeah. So you can
National League third baseman or whatever it was.
Right.
American League, whatever. Yeah.
Right. You can win essence, and if you have 1,000 essence, you can craft.
What is essence?
I don't know. It could be anything.
No, I mean, what does the term mean? Essence.
It just means that if you have 1,000 of it, then you can craft a new card.
What do you mean 1,000 of it?
1,000.
It's like a coupon.
I don't know. It's whatever.
It's right. It's like a credit.
Yeah, it's right.
They just happen to call it essence to confuse people.
Yeah, that's what I said. You can call it anything. That's what I said.
Yeah, no. I'm saying that. Now, why not call it what its function is? Its function is to reduce the amount of cash you have to pay out of your pocket.
No. That's the coupon I was talking about.
Right.
Essence is if you have 1,000. If you have 1,000 essence, then you can enter that screen I had where you pick 1 out of 10 cards. So you get a new card every 1,000 essence you get.
Oh, okay. For this league that you're in.
The so rare, the whole thing,
Okay, the so rare. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
I'm glad I'm not involved.
It's fun.
I already have enough to work on my plate with all the other stuff I do. So.
Right. Okay. So. All right. Well, that's about it.
Are we the only one? Are we the only ones watching right now, or do we say?
I see 30 people watching. But most people are on X. We have 28.
Oh, okay.
We have 28 people watching on Twitter. We have 1 person watching YouTube. We have 1 person watching on Twitch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but that's probably it for now. So guys, thank
almost
you.
3.5 hours. I think this might be our longest, and it's our latest.
No, we had 4-hour ones. So
I don't know if it got us this late though.
No. This is probably the latest. So yeah,
I got the late start. We literally started an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Late because of the Knicks Spurs game.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, guys, thanks so much for watching and constantly really appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow with Mike Lucine from NFLRoughDraft.com. We're gonna do another fantasy draft, so it'll be fun. And then on Friday,
what kind of draft is that going to be? Auction draft or
best ball fantasy?
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll do that. Tom, I assume will be on Friday, so you can check that out. And then normal.
Check your driveway.
Yeah, exactly. So you can check that out, and then next week, normal schedule here, and you can visit thelogicalapproach.com. Andy, as he said earlier in the show, he has all this information up now, so you can check that out.
It should be working, but I can't guarantee 100%. I had to make a couple of changes because of the platform that I use for hosting the website. There are some restrictions on certain characters not being able to use in web page titles. So I had to resolve all that, like ampersands and hashtags and things like that. So I had to, and I use the files that I use have those characters in it. So I had to do some renaming of some files and then renaming the links to match the revised names of the files. But they should all be working now.
Okay. All right.
The only thing I haven't done yet is I'm gonna try and start tomorrow is put up a daily selection, and most likely it will be in baseball for the short-term future till we get into football.
Okay. All right. Well, definitely be checking that out. But yeah, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your night. And please hit like, subscribe, and all that stuff. It would be really appreciated. And visit walterfootball.com. Tons of content. Andy, love doing this breakdown with you for all 32 teams.
Now we got to think about next week.
I would assume Super Bowl futures, but we could brainstorm something else.
Yeah, Super Bowl and divisions.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And conference. Okay. And I know a lot of places now have what division will win the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And maybe we can even talk some exactas.
Okay, yeah.
I'm working my list down. I'm whittling my list down to 3 or 4 in each conference.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Yeah, I look forward to it. So, all right, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your night, and I will talk to you tomorrow.